out of the gun, Shear. They go jet sweep. Logan hot to the outside. Cut back move to the 5, to the 2. Near the goal line. Hot touchdown. Warriors. Larson back to pass. He throws to the corner. He's got Westland there. Westland touchdown. What a catch. They put Malicki in motion. Back to pass off the pump fake. Dumps it over the middle. Westland touchdown. What a throw, and the Bulldogs get in. Shear got another chance at it. Throws over the middle. That ball is caught. Diving in. Touchdown, Dylan Young. What a catch. Great throw over the middle that time for Hunter Shear. And today at Williamsport's STA Stadium, it is a state 3A quarterfinal game. The Mountoursville Warriors 12-1 against 11-1 Wyoming Area. A dream matchup to move on for the right to get to Hershey. Hi again, everybody. Gary Crispin along with Babe Bear, the Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week. Gorgeous day for football and an afternoon game. We don't play many afternoon games anymore as the Warriors take on Wyoming Area. One thing for sure, a Warrior team's going to win. Both have the same nickname. Certainly Randy Spencer knows what his team did a year ago. 10-0 regular season, lost in the district semifinals in a tough way. They finished 11-1. For the Warriors of Mountoursville, they won the district final a year ago over Danville and then got throttled by Scranton Prep. They are not satisfied with winning a district title this year. Their goal beyond this game, a run at Hershey. Both teams remember what happened last year.
Well, you know, you look at this game today, and it is going to be a great matchup between two teams that are so similar in statistics and players and just across the board that it's amazing. And as I'm trying to find something that would give me a little niche as to where I thought this game might go, you just can't find one. There's only one thing that I could find, and that was that Wyoming Area had a tougher time getting through the playoffs to this point. They had to play two teams that have 9-win seasons already, or the season's over, but they have 9-win seasons. And Mountoursville kind of had a weak run through the playoffs. But I want to tell you what, this is a good Mountoursville team, maybe the best one we've ever seen, and it's going to be a big game today.
It is going to be fun. Rennie Road Armel All-State Game. You're watching our replay Sunday, cablesportslive.com, webweeklylive.com. We will link it to Facebook. Beautiful day for football. Get ready. The Warriors of Mountoursville, the Warriors of Wyoming Area, coming up next on Cable Sports. Boy, talk about a great day for football. STA Stadium. Gary Crispin, Babe Bear, Ben Reichley. We'll get down to Ben in a moment. Big ball game. Wyoming Area, a team that is very physical up front. Physical in their back end, too, as far as their secondary. And certainly a ball club that likes to run the football. Certainly Dominic DeLuca runs the show for this team. He's the impact player. Number 9. This is a club that played the Williamsport Millionaires 2 years ago and 3 years ago. And that's going to be fun to find out just how well Mountoursville matches up with a team that played Southern tough in the first quarter of the game. Had a goal line stand, no score in that game early in that first quarter. They were down 21, lost 42-0. Southern, of course, could have named the score on these teams, 35-0 in that Mountoursville game. Let's get down to Ben Reichley. It's a great day for football, Ben, and it's a big day. Second round PIAA, the quarterfinals, and it should be fun.
Oh, it should be, and it's a great day. There's little to no wind down here. We're probably approaching 50 degrees. Here it is. This is a game. This is the best team that each other have faced that they could beat each other this way, meaning both faced Southern Columbia. We know what happened there. But you know, this is a toss-up game. Babe talked earlier about the stats and looking for an angle in this game, and it's just a darn even matchup here. So, you know, they're going to come out and play some football. Mountoursville has a very, very good crowd here. A Mountoursville team that has stepped up to every challenge. You know, so far when we saw them get down to Jersey Shore early, came back and win. Key, I think, is what are their impact players going to play, how well? Cameron Wood, Hunter Shear. we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. All right, babe, we've done a lot of big ball games, but this is going to be a real challenge for J.C. Kiefer's team. But on the other side, for Randy Spencer, the head coach of this Warrior team at Wyoming Area, 12 years as head coach, assistant for 16 before that. He's been around the program a lot of years. He feels this could be one of his best teams. The Warriors, depending what happens, could be one of their best teams. JC certainly would love to throw the football a little bit and take away the run and force the Warriors to throw the ball on that side.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt about it. I think whenever you go into a game, you have to look at what the team wants to do. And, Mountoursville throws the ball very well. They have a great quarterback, good receivers. And on the other side, you have Wyoming Area who, they can run the ball, but they can also pass the ball. So, you're going to have a little bit tougher time with them trying to figure it out. Mountoursville can run the ball also. I mean, going to be a great game.
Yeah, it's
it has all the potential.
Yeah, let's talk about starting lineups of this ball game. Brought to you by AAA Travel. They're the most trusted name in travel. They've got a great deal to the Notre Dame Navy game in Dublin. They're saving you $400 per couple next year with AAA Travel. They're the Warriors of Wyoming Area. Keep an eye on Ambrosini, a fantastic tight end who has caught 8 passes, 4 for touchdowns. He averages 31 a catch. And you've got an idea DeLuca's probably going to be looking for him. Darren Rodney will not start. We saw him down there in street clothes. He was banged up a couple weeks ago. We imagine it's going to be Leo Harris, number 22, Harris, that'll probably start for this Warrior team offensively. You talk about the Mountoursville Warriors anchored by the All-State defensive end Cam Wood. Dylan Bennett's had quite a year. And, of course, Zach Schmalhofer has worked his way into the starting 11 for this team. He's got 8.5 sacks, and he's played really tough up front, number 45.
He's around the ball all the time. He's a ball hawk, and that's a good deal for a guy who was not a starter at the beginning of the season. Made it during the season.
Yep.
I mean,
you talk about a veteran secondary, and they feel pretty good about their corners in Young and Maul. And, of course, then you've got the deep backs in Delana and Logan Ott as we get ready for this football game today. Wyoming Area, Babe Mare, and Mountoursville. This is going to be fun, no doubt.
Mountoursville won the toss, deferred to the second half, so Wyoming Area will have the ball first.
And we're going to get a good look at Dominic DeLuca, 6'2", 200 pounds. He's already been offered preferred walk-ons at Penn State and Pitt, but people like Lehigh, Colgate, clubs like that after him. And, of course, the guy that everybody's talking about, Sammy Solomon. Keep an eye on Solomon. Offense, defensive line side, 6'4", 295, an all-stater. And he's got everybody from Rutgers to Virginia, a lot of big schools looking at him. So Solomon, I think, is going to be able to name his school by the time it's over. You could see him at tight end, and he's actually run the ball this year a couple of times. So we'll wait and see how they line up for this ball game here today at STA Stadium. I thought we did our final game when we did that Delaware Valley game here.
You're right.
All right, the Warriors have deferred, and they're going to be kicking it off. Boy, you talk about a great kicking club. Colin Guarini, who has had 14 touchbacks on the season, and he's just one of their kickers. Ian Blankenhorn, remember, 8 for 8 in field goals, and there's no question this is a club that hasn't missed an extra point. Kicking is a strong suit if it comes down to that in this game. Guarini's going to kick it off. They've got Brian Williams back there, Harris back there too, who probably will get the start as they boot it away. Ball is kicked deep in DeLuca, who's returned one, bobbled it, picks it up at the 2. Here comes DeLuca, runs it out, gets something out of it, out over the 15 to about the 16-yard line. Dylan Bennett comes over to make that tackle, and Colin Guarini in on that tackle too, the kicker. And here come the Warriors, babe. It's going to be fun to watch him on offense.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see him not back on the goal line. We know the kickers can put the ball in the end zone, so I thought he'd be back on the goal line. He was up on the 5, and all of a sudden that ball was going over his head, and that's why he dropped it. But actually, he did a pretty good job of getting back.
They show you a lot of eye, a lot of pro set. Dylan Williams, fullback. Tailback is going to be Leo Harris. He's only a sophomore. For the injured, Darren Rodney's going to gain a yard or 2 off that right side. Mountoursville defensively looking tough up front. And, boy, they can get stingy up there in the middle again. Coming over to make the tackle that time, Ryan Keene, 35, the defensive end. They've got outstanding bookend defensive ends in Wood on one side and Keene on the other.
And that's a big thing. They have to contain the quarterback on in this ball game.
And it does not appear we have a scoreboard today, or do we? I can't. No, we do. I just can't see it. Okay, we haven't done a lot of day games, but now you can see it. All right. On second down, trying to run the football. Harrows bounces off one, tries to bounce to the outside, and he's going to be taken down that time. Logan Ott to the outside makes the tackle, brings up third down. Good defensive play right there. As the Warriors try to stack the box and take away the run, and that's what they want to do early on.
Right now, the Warriors are getting the push at the line of scrimmage. I mean, they're knocking that line of scrimmage back 1 yard, which is what you try to do as a defensive lineman, and they're doing it. I mean, that time he got popped in the backfield, just bounced off of it.
Yeah, you're looking at about third down and 5. Football is at the 23. Here comes DeLuca. Comes back in the gun. He's got Williams back there with him. DeLuca's going to run that football. He's dangerous, and he goes nowhere. Great hit, Warriors up front for the loss. That time, Jacob Stoner was in on that tackle. Also some help inside, Dylan Bennett, and also Cam Wood coming up to make the hit. And they're going to have to punt the football away. Good defensive stand early to try to set the tone in this ball game.
And, Wyoming Area came out with their running game and tried to test the waters and did not work real well between the tackles. We'll see what they come out with in their next set.
Here comes DeLuca, the punter. He's a good one. About 38 yards a punt. They've got Young and Maul deep for the Warriors. Does not hit it well. Hits it off the side of the foot and out of bounds. And the Warriors, after a really short punt, are going to be in great field position to start offensively. That ball went out about the 35. Let's go down to Ben Reichley with an update. Ben.
Guys, I know it's only the first series in the kickoff, but if you look at the kickoff and you look at those plays Wyoming Area ran, they are really, I always say this, they're in second gear. They're almost in slow motion. They're very tentative, and we just saw that punt. So if you take 4 plays in the kickoff, I'll tell you what, these guys better shake the cobwebs out and play some football because Mountoursville has a heck of an advantage right now.
All right, you've got Young this side. Back in the gun is Shear. Back there with him, Rocco Palizzi starts at tailback. They put a man in motion. They go jet sweep. Dylan Maul to the outside. Maul is going to be knocked down at the 30. Good, hard tackle that time, but Drew Maruck comes over to make the play, number 21, who we could see at running back today. His brother Corey was their star back, injured against Northwest early, knocked out for the season. And then Darren Rodney took over, gained nearly 900 yards, and now he's hurt and not starting today for the Wyoming Area Warriors. Second down 7 after a 3-yard gain. They've got Young left side, right side to Lena. They come I. Signor comes up as the fullback out of that I formation. They come to Lena, trying to run in traffic and against a team that Jim Ross said physically, is Maruck again, physically is the biggest team that we will see all season long and the biggest team that they saw this season.
Well, that was they're running a 5-man front. Wyoming Area, and that time they went to the strong side where they had an extra man set up. He was blitzing off the edge, took on the lead blocker, and that just blew that play up in the backfield.
Here comes Shear, third down 7. Boy, I tell you, you talk about blitzing up the middle, a bull rush up the middle. Drew Maruck comes over to make the play, and F.J. Brasini, big-time tackle again. Drew Maruck is only a freshman. Comes over to make that hit, and now you've got 4th down and long.
And what's your decision? Do you go for a field goal? They can make them from this distance, or are you going to punt it?
Well, they're going to bring the kicker in. You've got Ian Blankenhorn coming in. Let's look. Now, the Colin Guarini is in there. Guarini, and it appears that they're going to punt the football away, and they will. All right, Guarini's going to punt it. Averages 37.5 a kick. They've got DeLuca back deep. And right now, the Warriors going to play field position, try to pin them back. He's had a number kicked inside the 20. Great coverage and out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. Good punt that time by Colin Guarini. Yeah, the Warriors of Wyoming Area will have to start at their own 6. A 26-yard punt, but certainly you wanted to knock that inside the 10. Game of the week brought to you by Score Sports Bar and Grill. and Liberty Arena. Certainly a go-to place after this ball game. You want to watch all the college games, 15 high-def screens, all the great food, and they've got a lot going on there. Of course, they've got Monday night wing night. Check it out, wing night for Monday Night Football at Scores. Go-to place after the game. First down and 10 Warriors. DeLuca comes out over center. Going to toss to Harros to the left side. Nothing doing. That time Logan Baloris was there to make the tackle, number 38. Among others, the linebacker coming over. These linebackers, Babe, have been really tough this season.
Really. They move very well, and that was a good play. You're looking at Wyoming Area right now. What they're doing is they're now testing the edge to see what they can get at the edge. They have yet to throw the ball, which surprises me a little bit, or to run any kind of an option play.
They've got Ambrosino. Now, he is a tight end. They're going to flank him out. They go double wide each side. They will show the spread, even though Randy Spencer likes to run the ball. DeLuca puts it on the hip, rolls to the outside. Great hit. That time for a loss by Dylan Bennett. Dylan Bennett, that time from his linebacker spot, comes over to make the hit. And there's a flag down, and Ben Reichley, you had a good look at it. You feel it's down in holding territory.
Yeah. It's holding, but boy, I agree with you, babe. I don't know. They're not opening up their offense here at all, and I'll tell you what, they're digging themselves in a hole. And I will say this, like you see Mountoursville's defense really, really astute on what they're going. They're making their signals early, and they're right on these plays. So good scouting by and good prep for the coaching staff.
Yeah, and good discipline by the team. I mean, this team's focused. They always are. They have good coaching, and you can see that right now where the players are doing what they're supposed to do out there in the field.
Big play for the defense. 3rd and 10 at their own 6. Wyoming Area, no score in this game on cable sports. They're going to put Williams in motion, play action out of his own end zone. DeLuca's got a man. Williams on the dead run, the catch. And he goes down at the 38-yard line, a saving tackle by Dylan Young. Great pass and a great catch that time by Brian Williams. 57 yards and a first down from their own 6.
And they flipped the field position, and Ben, they finally opened it up. We talked just in time.
Boy, I tell you talk about, the ability to throw that ball. Ambrosino caught a 96-yard touchdown pass from his tight end spot. They'll move him to wide out. But, boy, I tell you, Brian Williams has been their go-to guy. That is his 26th catch of the year. He's caught 7 for touchdowns. They bring Ambrosino out here to the left. They go double wide each side out of the gun. They got Williams back with DeLuca. On 1st down and 10, Warriors on the march early. DeLuca puts it on the hip. He's going to run the football inside the 35 to the 38. Logan Baloris comes over to make the play from his linebacker spot.
All right, now Mountoursville's got to regroup. They got to get back into the first down situations. That was a 5-yard pickup. That may have been the longest run from scrimmage in the game so far by Wyoming Area. And right now, Mountoursville's just got to settle down, get back into what they were doing early.
They got Riley Russin in the slot, right side, Ambrosino. Harros is out here with Williams, who caught a 57-yarder a moment ago. Out of the gun again. Off the pump fake, throws in the middle. That ball could have been picked off. They had 2 receivers in the same area, and C.J. Signor, the linebacker, 47, dropped off and could have been in position to intercept that ball. That brings up 3rd down and 5 now. Big play here defensively for the Mountoursville Warriors.
And I would think in a ball game like this, if they pick up any yardage here at all, they're going to go for it on 4th down.
They had Drew Maraki in that ball game the last time. They keep Harros in. Remember, Darren Rodney, their leading feature back, is injured and did not suit this game. They come double wide. Keep an eye on Williams. He's their leading receiver. He's in the slot to the left side. Back to pass, rolling right, dumping it out. Great, strong pressure. Cam Wood. That time it was a left, you look left, throw back right, and Wood was in his face, and he threw that ball down and away. And boy, I'd say Cam Wood was coming down there. A penalty flag is down. Boy, I'd say a penalty down should be interesting. He dumped it away. It looked like he had somebody in the neighborhood of the football, but boy, I'd say he was about ready to get sacked. Great pressure from the outside by Cameron Wood, the All-State defensive end.
I think it's going to go Wyoming Area. The only reason I say that is the officials facing the other direction. I got it.
Third down, 5. See what that penalty is going to be. No score early in the game. Let's get down to Ben Reichley. Ben, what does it look like down there to you penalty-wise?
That's an illegal man downfield. It looked like they declined it. That could have been intentional grounding also, but looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and 5.
Yeah, 4th down and 5. Keep an eye on Dominic DeLuca. This guy has 2,000-plus total yards coming in. And with the pass and the run. He's also returned a kick or two for touchdowns. Guy has been certainly their go-to guy as they come trips this near side. They come out of the gun. They've got Williams back there with DeLuca. 6'2", 200-pounder. This is a club that has 20 seniors on the team, 5 that have played since their freshman year. Many of those guys started. Out of the gun. They fake the screen. Rolling out DeLuca. Puts it on the hip. Throws it up for grabs. That ball is caught. Touchdown! There might have been a push, but caught for a touchdown by Leo Harros, who got behind both defenders, and that looked like it was about ready to be intercepted, and Harros got behind him. DeLuca, heck of a job, rolling to his right, throwing it up in the air, and it looked like it might have been an offensive push, but no flag is down.
Well, I think there's a lot of pushing going on down there, but the amazing thing about that pass was how DeLuca got that much arm into it to get it that deep.
Well,
he was running for his life over there and just somehow whipped it out. And
they seem to have a really well-defended 33 yards in the touchdown, and the conversion try is up and good by Stan Murderski. We'll take time out. Warriors of Wyoming Area draw first blood. They're up 7-0 over Mountoursville. We'll take a time out. This is the Rennie Rhode Armor All-State Game of the Week. Here comes Wyoming Area. They're getting ready to kick it off after a 33-yarder and a touchdown. Going to be Nick Elko. He's going to kick it off for the Warriors, but you see what DeLuca means to this team. DeLuca that time scrambled, threw it off his back foot, got enough on it, and that time Harros got behind 2 defenders. The ball looked like it might hang up and get picked off, and he catches it for a touchdown. Rocco Palizzi the other way. Mountoursville needs to make a play. He breaks into the daylight and runs to the 39-yard line. Got a seam, got through 2 defenders. Riley Russin, a saving tackle for the Warriors of Wyoming Area, and here come the blue and gold.
Good job of taking his time and pacing himself and picking up that yardage.
Game of the week brought to you by BJ's M Street Tavern and Oyster Bar, Danville and Selinsgrove, home of those St. Louis Tavern ribs. Go-to place for the great food. BJ's, Danville, Selinsgrove, 7 days a week. First down and 10, Warriors down 7 early. They go trips, left side, Shear in the gun. Shear's thrown for 18 touchdowns. He's going to swing it out to Dylan Mull. He's got great speed to the outside. Mull gets knocked down by DeLuca after a gain of about 8. Dominic DeLuca, who's been so tough on both sides of the ball defensively for this football team out of Wyoming Area, who Jim Roth said Wyoming Area physically was the biggest team we played all season, the Southern Columbia coach.
Well, yeah, I tell you, Mountoursville got away with one there. There was a block in the back out on the edge. The coaching staff on the other side's arguing it, but it's not going to be a call. Mountoursville has a nice situation here.
They go jet sweep. That's Jake Reeder that time for the first down. Cuts it up inside over the 50 out to the 48-yard line. That time, Wachusky comes over to make the play, and Drew Maruck again, who's looked good. He's only a freshman, number 21. Has played really tough. He's been in 4 tackles already in the game and a 1st and 10 run. The Warriors now in Wyoming Area territory.
But I tell you what, this is a thick team from Wyoming Area. You look down there at the linebackers and the defensive linemen. They are big.
Yeah, Sammy Solomon's on that defensive side of the right side. Big Division I recruit, no doubt about that. Logan Ott, they fake jet sweep. Coming, pressure, ball comes out after a smack, and the ball recovered by Wyoming Area. Derek Ambrosino comes over, makes the hit. The ball is recovered. You talk about pressure and sheared in here and coming, and Ambrosino off that edge. That's big.
I don't. Were they faking that ball and they were going to go for a pass on that?
They faked the jet sweep off the play action, and boy, Ambrosino was unblocked and not only made that play, that ball came out and 15 is going to be. Looks like it's going to be declined. It's 15 on both teams. So they're going to have the football. Here comes Wyoming Area trying to cash in on a great defensive move to the outside by Derek Ambrosino, who has been awfully tough playing the defensive end spot. 6'3", 220. I know Albany, among other FCS teams, are looking at him. First down and 10. Warriors on the march. Williams, keep an eye on him. He's got Harrows to the outside. They put a man in motion. Russin, they're going to fake the jet sweep. That time DeLuca, and DeLuca gets run down. Good defensive hit, Mountoursville Warriors. And that time Jacob Stoner, Dylan Bennett coming over to make the tackle. They come over to make that play. Good defensive hit. Right now the Warriors need something good to happen. They don't want to get down 2 scores to this team.
Also, Cameron Wood did a great job in that play. He contained the man, didn't give him the corner when he tried to turn back up, then his teammates came to help.
1 year ago, there's no doubt that this Mountoursville team not satisfied winning districts. A year ago, they got throttled at Dunmore against Scranton Prep. Second down, 9. Out of the gun, the road to Hershey here today in 3A off the pump fake, setting up the deep throw. Ambrosino is out of bounds. Well covered that time. Down the sidelines, Logan Ott was with him, stride for stride, along with Dylan Ball. But they're aware of the fact that Ambrosino has caught 8 passes on the season, but 4 have gone for touchdowns. Baby only averages 31 yards a catch. Of course, it helps when you have a 96-yard touchdown catch. Not a bad way to help that average.
Yeah. Good coverage. That was Cameron Ott came from his safety position over the top. There was a man on the corner, and the man in the corner got turned around. He was running free. Cameron Ott did a good job of coming across.
They're down 9 at the 42-yard line. Off the play action, pressure coming. He slides away, DeLuca. What a move to get to the outside, and they finally bring him down. Boy, the Warriors, too many Warriors coming that time, but that shows you how elusive DeLuca is. And finally, Zach Schmalhofer comes over, and Logan Ott coming over to make that play. Schmalhofer in on another sack. Ryan Keene also helping out in the play. It's a good defensive hit.
Well, I tell you what, the rush is what did that, because they had a man running wide open downfield. If DeLuca could have even looked down and found him with his arm, that could have been another touchdown.
Here come the Warriors. They've got Dylan Young, Dylan Mall back deep. DeLuca's going to punt it. Remember, his last punt went only 11 yards, put Mountoursville in great field position, and then they couldn't do anything with it. Then the Wyoming area defense went to town and forced a punt. That set up a long pass, and that set up 2 long passes, and they got into the end zone. And there's a great punt, DeLuca inside the 5, and now you're backed up at your own 3-yard line. 42-yard punt by Dominic DeLuca, who does everything for this team. Game of the week brought to you by AAA. They are the most trusted name in travel. AAA Travel has a big getaway to Dublin next year, Notre Dame and Navy. And right now, if you call AAA North Penn and South Williamsport, they're going to save you $400 per couple for that big game next August. Sightseeing, great tickets, and the works to Dublin for Navy Notre Dame. Call AAA. Right now, you don't want to make a mistake against this really good Warrior defense. Shear, they come high. They need a little breathing room. They get to the outside. Logan Ott, a good run, steps out at about the 8. Little bit of breathing room. Brian Williams forced him out there to make the play for Wyoming area.
That was a nice run by Ott. He faked up inside, then bounced it to the outside, got around to contain, and got all the yardage out of that he was going to get.
Warriors trying to put a good long drive together. 2:26 left in the quarter, and I know we're talking to Mike in the truck back there. It is hard to read the scoreboard in the daytime here at SCA Stadium. Shear off the play fake, looking for trouble. He's looking downfield. That ball is going to be incomplete, and it could have been trouble. Intended for Jackson Delana. They had a little pressure on the edge, and that time thrown out of his own end zone. But good coverage. You had DeLuca, Harrows, and Williams back there, along with Jacob Williams, number 17. So now you're looking at 3rd down and 5. Warriors need to try to get this drive going here to make something good happen. They had played well defensively, but gave up 2 big passes that have given the Warriors of Wyoming Area the lead in this game.
That was good pass defense there by Wyoming Area.
Shear out of the gun. He's 1 out of 2 in this game for 7 yards. Somebody made a jump. He goes to the outside, and boy, that's incomplete. And now a flag comes out. That's going to be, looks like a pass interference against Peros, and they caught a break there. Dylan Young to the outside. That ball wasn't going to be anywhere near him, as they were not quite on the same page thrown to the outside. And that should be a first down for Mountoursville to try to get themselves a little breathing room right here with 2:14 left first period.
Well, let's see if Mountoursville can capitalize on that. That was a nice break. It was good call by the officials. Nice break, and you're going to have the ball now outside the 20-yard line.
How about Jersey Shore last night? Triple overtime win over Pottsville. Down 21, and now Tom Gravish's team playing the Eastern Final. Wow. Here come the Warriors, first down and 10. A little breathing room now. You're out to the 22, 23-yard line. Top of the screen, in motion. Delana comes this way.
Too tight formation.
Shear rolling out, throws to the outside. Dylan Young does a great job after the catch. Extra yardage. Harrows brings him down. He got some help that time by DeLuca that came over to make that play. And good defensive hit all the way around.
Good play. Another first down. Get some momentum going here.
Yeah, Dylan Young, good to see. Dylan Young put up some numbers a week ago. Over 100 receiving yards. They threw the ball. He had 4 touchdowns for Shear against Sauk in that PIAA game. Of course, District 4 championship in first round of the PIAA. Shear goes straight ahead. They try to run that football. And good blocking up front. They got about maybe 3-4 in the play. Dante Bavani, the nose guard, comes over to make the tackle, number 50. Yeah, he's been tough. Bavani, 5'11", 240, and one of those seniors that Randy Spencer talks about. Randy Spencer had talking to him the other night. He was talking about Joe Fagnano, who's putting up big-time numbers for Maine, starting as a true freshman of the Williamsport Millionaires, who this ball club beat 2 years ago in a shootout, 58-42, but certainly Spencer was impressed by Fagnano, who's putting it up, and they throw to the outside. Good play. Delana off the catch, got enough for a first down. 11 yards, and Brian Williams, a saving tackle there. Good play to the outside.
Well, and I'll tell you what, Delana did a great job of finding the sticks, making sure he got outside of those sticks, all right, for the first down before he went out of bounds.
First down and 10 Warriors. They're down 7 in this ball game. Final minute of the first period. Road to Hershey here in the PIAA. We've done a lot of these games, babe, over the years. No doubt about that. Shear out of the gun. Shear off the play fake. Throws back. He's got a wide open receiver, incomplete. And boy, I'll tell you, that time they had to turn. Logan Ott got turned around. Fairly well covered that time, as Wyoming Area had a couple of guys that stayed home. And one was F.J. Brasini, who stepped out of there and from his linebacker spot was in the neighborhood of that. And a lot of times that play is wide open. That time it didn't work, and got Logan Ott turned around, second down 10.
Well, Shear that time wishes he had that ball back, because he threw that ball downfield, and he threw it to the back shoulder, and that ball should be thrown to the front shoulder because he had the man beat to the outside going up the sideline.
Second down 10. You've got Young out here to the right. Delana in the slot. Shear back in the gun. Guns it over the middle. Young, a great catch for a first down, and is driven back. DeLuca knocks him down at the 40-yard line, picks up an additional 3 yards. And a great play that time as he got it out to Dylan Young. Remember a year ago, Shear a year ago threw for 2,300 yards and 30 touchdowns. This year they haven't had to throw as much. They have been dominant, just as Wyoming Area has. They mercy rule a bunch of teams.
I tell you, that was a nice throw by Shear. He got it into a pocket, and let's see if they can keep this thing going.
Yeah, he was our MVP a year ago. Reeder, jet sweep, fake. They come a little counter motion. They come out to Rocco Polizzi, who slides in the open. Saving tackle again, DeLuca, who got him inside the 35 and out to near the 33-yard line. Good call that time, trying to mix it up, trying to keep Wyoming Area back in their heels a little bit. Mountoursville's had a lot of balance in the offense, and that is it. That's the end of the first. We've got a ball game. The Warriors of Wyoming Area over the Warriors of Mountoursville, 7-0. We'll be back. This is the Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week. Back here from STA Stadium. Beautiful day for football, about 50 degrees. Gary Crispin along with Babe Bear, Ben Reichley. Our 33rd year of cable sports. We're not even on cable anymore, but we didn't change the name. Rennie Road Armel All-State Game. We've got a ball game. The Warriors on the march, down 7. Second down, 3. They're into Warrior territory. Now the flag comes out. And boy, I'll tell you, the Wyoming Area may have jumped, and I think they did, and that's going to mean a first down.
They were coming on a blitz. The blitz man broke the neutral zone in high school. You don't have to make contact. If you just break the neutral zone, that's a penalty. That
time, Brasini tried to put some pressure on the QB, jumped a little early. They get a first down. That football moves ahead now to about the 27-yard line. You've got Jake Reeder back from an injury. He's on the right wing. They've been showing jet sweep to him. Shear on first down. Rocco Polizzi. He's got nifty moves outside. 15, 10. Polizzi, touchdown Warriors. And Mountoursville has climbed within 7-6. 27 yards for the sophomore running back Polizzi that gained 1,000 and led this team in rushing. We've got a ball game. And now you're going to see Ian Blankenhorn come in. This is a Warrior team that has not missed an extra point all season, and there's Polizzi. And boy, is he going to be a good one. What a year he's had.
Well, I tell you what, Polizzi, you saw that burst he has. He got through that line of scrimmage into the second level and just put on the burst and ran away from everybody to the end zone.
Here comes Ian Blankenhorn. He is 30 out of 30 in the season. The kick is up, and the kick is good. We'll take time. We've got a ball game. Second period, STA Stadium, Wyoming Area 7, Mountoursville 7. This is the Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week. Rennie, one of the things I'm most... Well, Rocco Polizzi gets on the board, 27-yard run. Good blocking up front by the Warrior offensive line. And we're tied at 7. They're getting ready to kick this football back. Colin Guarini. Polizzi, 3 carries, 35 yards. That ball's going to hang up a bit to the 10. Coming back is Harros. He's only a sophomore. He's going to be hit by Schmalhofer, then finished off. And a good tackle. Logan Bolaris comes over to make the play, number 38 on the special teams. Yeah, let's go down to Ben Reichley with an update. Ben, what are you seeing down there?
Hey, I'll tell you what. I know this is a 7-7 game. That was his 97-yard drive from Mountoursville. And
good point.
Babe, I know you're into this. I'm going to be interested to see how this Wyoming Area team gets into the second half. They have some big boys out there. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to question, how the depth's going to work out for them and what type of shape they're in, because it's interesting what I'm seeing down here. So let's see what the Mountoursville defense does on this drive.
Yeah, Ben, good point. 97-yard drive for the Warriors. They were backed up to their own 3 and capped off by the 27-yard run by Rocco Polizzi and a good balance of the pass and run. And time is called, and we'll take time. All right, second period tied at 7. Warriors and the Warriors doing battle in the PIAA. We'll be back. This is the Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week. Warriors of Mountoursville, after the timeout, they put together a 97-yard drive. Touchdown by Polizzi. Now DeLuca goes the other way for Wyoming Area. They fake the jet sweep, puts it on his hip. DeLuca is so tough, leading tackler, and boy, there is Jake Reeder getting back in the action, put a real hit on DeLuca on the sideline as he's knocked out at the 23-yard line. Jake has been banged up, finally back playing, and we knew he'd play some offense. He's in there playing defensively. He started at corner, But, you're to the point now. This is a very good secondary. They moved Logan Ott to the safety spot back there with Delaney, and then you had Young and also Dylan Mall, but now Reeder's playing the corner on the left side. They go trips top of the screen. They spread it out. Here's DeLuca. Back to pass. He's thrown for one already. Throws it back over the middle. That ball is tipped and caught. Intercepted Delaney. Great big play. Jackson Delaney's got the football at the 34-yard line. That is what Mountoursville needed.
Yes, they did. And I'll tell you, that was a good pass. The receiver didn't catch it. And you can't do that when you're in the middle. There it is, watch. Receiver doesn't catch it. It bounces up. Delaney, great job of picking that ball off. And now Mountoursville is in a good situation to turn the momentum in this ball game. Nice long drive. Tied it up with 7. They can put this in the end zone. They're back in the lead.
Yeah, both of these teams, remember a year ago, both teams were disappointed in the playoffs. They're veteran teams, and this is their year. And now Mountoursville's turn to cash in. They put Reeder in motion. Little toss. Palizzi. Blockers out there is going to be knocked down, and an open field tackle that time by Jacob Williams, who does a great job making the tackle, disallowing him to get to the outside. Good play.
And Palizzi's usually very good when he gets on that corner like that. They're one-on-one of beating a man, but that time good defense, good defensive play, and brought him down for actually a yard loss.
Yeah, 2nd down 11. Tackle for loss that time by Williams. They've got Ott now in the slot. Lone setback Signor. Double wide top of the screen. Shear, slant. The catch made Delaney right on the numbers inside the 25 and down to the 21-yard line. Saving tackle by Brian Williams of Wyoming Area.
I tell you, that time the receiver was bookend by defenders, and Shear did a great job of getting the ball exactly where it has to go in that slant.
Keep an eye on 33. Keep an eye on the tight end. They like to go to Cam Wood. We'll see what the call here could be. Wood has burned him. He's got 3 touchdown catches on the year from his tight end spot. They come eye under center Shear at the 23-yard line. They put Delaney in motion. Here comes Mountoursville. Toss, Reeder. Reeder with blockers in front of him. He's going to get inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line, and a flag comes out.
Well, that flag, I don't know what. If that's for holding, that's a good flag. If that's not holding, all right, then.
Now it's going to go against Wyoming Area.
Yeah, I tell you.
That's a big call.
Yeah.
A little. Let's go down to Ben Reichley. Ben, is he getting a little chippy down there right now?
Yeah, it is. I think Wyoming Area might have had a little bit of an attitude. They're going to come in and roll over in that, first score they got. But I'll tell you what, I think the conditioning is going to have an effect here. And I see 76, 71 for Wyoming Area, a little frustrated. Linebacker 36, I'll tell you what, he's all over the place, Wyoming Area, but they are let's say they're from the region, so this is region football.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ben, on the far side of the field, you probably couldn't see it. There was a very obvious hold that gave him the corner.
Okay, here we go, and here comes Signor with Palizzi behind him. They come high. Shear looks it over. Shear goes up under center. Put that man in motion. Long count. Toss left side. Blockers there. Palizzi running in traffic. Dives inside the 5 and slithers down to near the 3-yard line. Dominic DeLuca comes over to make the play from his safety spot for Wyoming Area.
I know. That time, great job by the offensive line of Mountoursville. They came up, they overloaded the center guard gap, and as they overloaded it, it got picked up, and that's a tough thing to do when you're an offensive lineman, and at the last minute things pop up and change.
Warriors have Dylan Bennett, number 8, to the right side. They come Palizzi, running in traffic near the goal line. He's going to be stood up at about the 1. That time, Dylan Williams comes over to make the play. He'll make the tackle, number 43. And they're down around the 1. See what kind of a spot Mountoursville gets right here. It's going to bring up about 3rd down. 3rd down, they're going to set it back and right beyond the 2. So it's about Yeah, about 1.5 to get to that goal line.
Well, I'll tell you what, I would keep the ball in between the tackles on at least this third down play.
Third down, goal at the 2. Warriors, big play right here to take the lead. Shear. Straight ahead, fullback Signor. There's the push. He's near the end zone. He is in. Touchdown, blue and gold. The Warriors on top, 13-7. Wow, that's big.
Yeah, you're in that close, and you're pushing the defensive line down. There goes a flag. Yep.
That is a 33-yard drive for Mountoursville, set up by a Dylan Young pick. And now, as Mountoursville 13-7 in the game, looks like a personal foul came out at the tail end of the play.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Unsportsmanlike.
Yep.
And here come the Warriors. That'll be on the kick. And right now, 13-7 our score in the ballgame. Here's a look at it again. You see Signor, you see the push. And now you see Ian Blankenhart, who has not missed all season. Snap is back, hold is there, kick is up, kick is perfect. Warriors on top in this ballgame. Will take time. 14-7 Mountoursville, second round of the PIAA. They lead 14-7. This is the Rennie Rodarmel All-State Game of the Week. STA Stadium, home of the Millionaires, and today the Warriors lead 14-7 over Wyoming Area. That time set up by an interception by Young. Good push by Signor, got in the end zone, his 7th rushing touchdown this year. Yeah, the Warriors on top. In a ball game, they trailed early, played good defense, but it was DeLucas passing, and now we'll see what they're going to do offensively this time, because the pass, ironically, has burned Mountoursville today. This time kicking it through the end zone. They get the touchback. Of course, the penalty, was on the ensuing kickoff. And they're going to set up first down and 10. And impressive back-to-back drives for the lead for the Warriors.
Yeah, and if you would notice at the end of that last score, the big players that Ben Reichley was talking about down on the sideline running out of gas were walking off the field. And I'll tell you what, you walking off the field signals something negative. You know, it's not a positive thing. You got to run off the field.
Game of the Week brought to you by Kiss 102.7, the 80s to now. And of course, the Christmas Cruise to Paradise and the Christmas Show coming back on Monday. Nothing doing. They come to Dylan Williams, the fullback, and he gets labeled in the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten about a yard that time. Jacob Stoner comes up off that tackle and comes over to make the play, number 54. Good defensive play by Stoner, one of these guys that has played a lot, rotating in, good depth. By the Mountoursville Warriors, they found their guys, and they have been on a mission since last year.
Well, I'll tell you what, the defensive linemen, the quicker defensive linemen from Mountoursville right now have just dominated the line of scrimmage.
They've got Harros again. He started today in place of the injured Rodney. DeLuca puts it on the hip, rolls to the outside, tries to cut it up, and good gang tackling. Dylan Bennett made one hit. There's a Warrior slow getting up, and I think that's going to be Ryan Keene. And now it's going to be Baloris. He's going to be all right. He was in the mix that time, and Logan Baloris is going to shake it off, but looked like he was stunned there for a moment. Going to be third down and 4, big defensive play, and ironically, it's the pass that has hurt this ball club today. DeLuca hit Williams in a 57-yarder, and then Harrow's 33 for a touchdown for the early lead.
For the quickness of the defensive line from Mountoursville right now is not allowing that pass. They're getting too much penetration.
Third down 4. DeLuca is back in the gun. They put Harrow's in motion off the play fake. Pressure coming down the middle. It's going to throw it. Williams made the catch. And that time, Dylan Young looked like he gave up on it at the end. The ball got over the head, very much like the touchdown that they scored earlier. You don't see the Mountoursville secondary not covering all the way. 28 yards, first down. And again, DeLuca, great play, bails his club out again.
Well, in that situation, Mountoursville did not get the rush on the quarterback that I was talking about. But, Dylan Young, you don't know what you see when you're covering a man when he looks back and the ball is not thrown perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect ball there would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, that exactly right. He would have caught that in the dead run. So now here come the Warriors again to tie the game. DeLuca off the play fake over the middle, guns it for Williams, incomplete. Brian Williams is getting some looks by some college teams too. He's a guy that probably will play on the next level. Led this team with 25 catches on the season coming in for Wyoming Area, who likes to run first, throw second, but certainly they'll spread it out. DeLuca is a multi-talented player. He's their playmaker. He was our impact player coming in. Over 2,000 total yards coming into this ball game today.
Yeah, he is. I don't know if he's rushed yet. He needed about 100 and some yards to get 1,000 yards rushing, but 1,000 yards passing he already had.
So far, DeLuca 3 out of 8 for 118 and a touchdown. Did have one picked. They fake the jet sweep. DeLuca, pressure coming, sets up the screen. Here come the Warriors, and they finish it off. That time, pressure coming, Ryan Keene. And that time, coverage again. Will Carson, 55, comes in for the finishing touch. Good pressure, and Cam Wood was also part of the mix along with Signor. Good job, Warriors.
Yeah, he had to get rid of that ball. He can't hang on to it that long. He turned back to see who was coming behind him, and Wood was coming behind him, number 33. Nobody was going to block him, and by the time he turned the other way, somebody had their hands on him. But he's got to get rid of that ball. He's got to have that clock in his head where he says, hey, I either got to run it, I got to throw it, or whatever, but I can't stand here and hold it.
Yeah, you're looking at 3rd down and 21 now. DeLuca back to pass. Will Carson comes. They threw the little throwback screen. Ambrosino, he will get nowhere near the first down. Good coverage that time. And a good job by Jacob Reeder making the tackle right in front of the Warrior bench. And they're going to have to punt the football away. Great defense, Mountoursville, and a great team scheme that time as they mixed it up a bit and caught this team off balance after DeLuca made a great throw caught by Williams, but the Warriors now going to force them to punt the football away.
That's a great point, that they have this team off balance, and right now they do have Wyoming Area off balance.
So DeLuca is a good punter. Had a good punt inside the 5 earlier in this game. The Warriors then put together a 97-yard drive. Going to kick it down here. Dylan Young out of bounds. It'll come out at about the 21. The Warriors pretty good shape there. Will set up first down and 10 at about the 22-yard line. Here today at SDA Stadium, 33-yard punt. And the game of the week brought to you by the Clothier for Men. And I guess your tailor is Francis Ciccarelli. This guy, babe, you're a star of those commercials.
Francis is the man. Francis, he knows where everything is in the store, and that is a store packed with everything that you would want.
You made a great choice on that Jack Victor sport coat a couple of weeks ago.
Yes, I did. I really like it.
That was the one, babe.
More importantly, my wife liked it. Usually she says, "Oh, I don't like that one."
That's a key.
She liked it.
That is a key. All right, Hunter Shear. Good opening run to the 29-yard line by Rocco Palizzi. DeLuca makes a tackle, and he is a little slow getting up. DeLuca's holding on to his arm, and that's the last thing that Wyoming Area needs when their star guy is shaken up a little bit. Hold on to the arm. I'm sure he's going to shake that off, but a good opening run that time by Rocco Palizzi, who scored their first touchdown in a 27-yard run. 2nd down and 4 after an opening 6-yard run. Here come the Warriors. They've got Wood, remember, in tight. Keep an eye on the tight end.
Yeah, they have 2 tight ends in right now.
They come. Palizzi again running in traffic. He'll be shy of a first down. He's going to be brought down right there by Drew Maruck again, and boy, or will he be? He's going to get enough for a first down. Got a good spot right there. He's got enough for the first down, and now Mountoursville. We've got 3:56 until halftime.
You watch Polizzi when he runs the ball, how patient he is and waits for that opening. That's that confidence he has and that burst of speed he can take off with it. And that burst of speed is one of the big things you talk about in running backs.
Yeah, he's elusive. 8 for 54. They toss it that way. Polizzi, number 6 to the outside. Hard running over the 35 and diving ahead to the 37-yard line. Derek Ambrosino comes over to make the play from his defensive end spot, number 11. Mountoursville right now, they like to get one more here if they can. They're up 7.
Well, right now, Mountoursville has the momentum in this ball game, and a lot of hands on the hips down there by the defensive linemen. And Ben Breikley brought it up earlier. These are big guys. All right, you can wear them out, and they've been on the field a lot.
Here comes out of the pistol this time. He's got Polizzi back there with him. And flag comes out. Let's see what that call will be. It might be a false start, and it will be 5 yards back for Mountoursville, who up to this point hasn't made a mistake in the game as far as the penalties go. First penalty of the game. Shear is 5 of 7 for 52 yards in the ball game. DeLuca 3 out of 9 for 121 and a touchdown. So the Warriors going to be backed up here. Halftime coming up. Our Fairfield Auto Group, Fairfield for Fantastic Deals halftime show. Of course, as you're watching this Sunday, you'll know that Penn State score. Penn State down at Ohio State 14-0. Last time we checked, for some folks in here that wanted to know that score. Shear in the gun. Got some pressure coming. Throws to the outside. Diving. Incomplete. Can't get there. Pressure came at the tail end of the play by Sammy Solomon. Hunter Shear got up really upset. And Sammy Solomon just labeled him. And for Shear to react to it, he's sort of a mild-mannered guy.
Yeah, well,
he was the last thing they need is Shear getting upset. But, boy, I'm telling you heard people yelling. And Sammy Solomon took out the frustration of being down in this ball game and hammered Shear, and no call was made.
No, I tell you what, that should have definitely been a personal foul, and it should have been a big penalty. And Ben Breikley talked about how right now Wyoming Area is penaltying himself out of this game, and that was obvious right there. I can't believe it wasn't called.
They're down 11 now. Big play. Trying to put heat up the middle. Pressure coming. Little screen. That ball is tipped and almost intercepted. Boy, I tell you, Broomer Ruck had a shot at intercepting the ball. They dumped that little screen, and great penetration by Wyoming Area. And now Mountoursville is going to have to punt the football away. And last thing you need with 2:22 until halftime, babe, is giving one back here. You want to go into that locker room up 7.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Now let's see what we go with here. It's got a 4th down and long.
Yeah, they got a break, though, and not getting that personal foul.
Yeah, 2:22 on the clock. Yeah, that personal foul would have been a first down, and that could have been like the icing on the cake for.
Right now, you're punting back to 2 dangerous return people in DeLuca and Williams, and that ball is blocked. Great penetration. He waited too long. Garini blocked by Jaden Russin. And Wyoming Area is in business. He waited way too long for that to develop.
Yeah.
And he was being blocked, got a hand in the air, kicked it low, and Russin got the block. And now Wyoming Area's got the football with 2:17 to play in this half. A chance to come down and tie and take the lead.
I think what he did is he stepped his first step with the wrong foot and had to take an extra step in there and kept moving forward.
I think you're right.
And he got blocked, yeah. It was
out of the gun, here comes DeLuca. Now the Warriors in business. Play action going up top, throws down the middle to Williams, incomplete. And DeLuca got belted by Will Carson at the tail end of that play. Will Carson's a guy who's going to be playing somewhere next year, that is for sure. He's a veteran up front defensively for the Mountoursville Warriors.
Well, it's right now a great opportunity for Wyoming Area to get back in this ball game, which they could really use. They can't squander this away.
Yeah, you're right about that. 2nd down 10. DeLuca's got a number of key people. They bring Harrows. Keep an eye on him. Remember, he got behind the defense for a touchdown early. DeLuca out of the gun. Pressure coming. Lets it go. Throws for Williams. He's chased that time by Logan Ott over his head and incomplete. Trying to get to the safety. And it brings up third down 10.
You know, DeLuca's floating the ball right now, and that ball's hanging up there a long time. He's going to get it intercepted if he gets any defenders around him. But Williams also gave up on that ball. He stopped, and the ball was up over the top, and Williams couldn't get to it.
Third down 10. Big play, Wyoming area. Warriors of Mountoursville up 14-7. Ambrosino, keep an eye on him. He's out here to the right side, double wide each side. DeLuca, pressure coming off the edge. They throw the screen with the football. Brissini's got it. He's going to be shy of a first down. He dives ahead to about the 21-yard line.
I'll tell you
and
what.
that time they brought F.J. Brissini into the ball game. Signor made the tackle, but not before. It's going to be fourth, and this is one certainly you're in a position you're going to go for it. They have only this season attempted one field goal against Southern. They're 0 for 1 in field goal attempts. And right now you're in a fourth down situation, fourth down and about 1 with about a minute 29, that clock ticking, trying to come down and tie the game.
Actually, it's about a half yard. I mean, it's right up in there.
DeLuca takes it himself. He's got the first down and more, and now Wyoming area in business, and flags come out late. And let's get down to Ben Reichley. You to look at it. Ben, what's that call going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be a face mask. They got DeLuca's face mask.
They got a hold of the face mask, and boy, that's a tough break for Mountoursville. As DeLuca, I'm sure inadvertently got a hold of that mask, and it's going to be a face mask against Mountoursville. And now Wyoming area is in business right before halftime.
That'll be a half the distance to the goal, which will take it to the 9-yard line.
Yeah, that's going to bring it down to the 9. And now you need a big-time stop here if you're the Warriors of Mountoursville. They've got Russin, top of the screen, right side Williams. Tailback Harrows started for the injured Darren Rodney. Luca down there looking over that defense. First and goal, 9-yard line, Wyoming area. Harrows tries to get a hard yard off that left side, and he's not going to get there. Jacob Stoner coming up off that piles, played well. Ryan Keene, Signor also helping out of that play. Brings up second down at the 9.
Again, the quickness of the defensive linemen,
or I should say
Mountoursville, are dominating right now. They can't block, and they're not holding their blocks on them, and that's a big difference. They're having trouble running the ball.
Second and goal at the 7. DeLuca back to pass, throws, corner, touchdown. Williams, great catch with a man draped all over the back of him. Jake Reeder was with him. That's a great throw. DeLuca right of the money, and Brian Williams goes up and gets it again. That's big play, and now it's 14-13. Great big drive right there by the Wyoming area ball club. Boy, I'll tell you, you talk about turning things around in a hurry. That's a great throw that time. Brian Williams got to the outside. He's been tough all day long.
Boy,
Williams, 6'1", 190, and a senior.
And when you do that at halftime, that takes momentum into the locker room with Wyoming area that they're still in this ball game.
Here comes Josh Gumbo. That's going to be blocked. And the Warriors are going to lead at halftime 14-13. Gumbo didn't get it up there. And they blocked it away, and will take time. 14-13. Warriors of Mountoursville cling to a 1-point lead. We'll be back. This is the Rennie Rodarmel All-State Game of the Week. We are back here at STA Stadium. Eric Crispin, Bay Bear, Ben Reichley, and the Cable Sports crew. And boy, do we have a ball game. 40 seconds left. And a little chip. Yeah. You try to squib it a bit, and that time C.J. Signer went up and got it off a little squib, and he picks it up at the 40-yard line with 39 seconds left, babe.
Well, you know, that was a good call because you have 39 seconds. There are, well, I tell you what, Mountoursville has 3 timeouts. Yeah, that may not be as good as I thought it was.
Here comes Hunter Shear, so Shear brings out the Warriors. They've got Jackson Delane at top of the screen. They go double wide this side. They put Reeder in the slot. Young is out here to the outside. Shear out of the gun again. Throw to the outside, open, stepping out before the first down. A 9-yard gain, that time by Jackson Delane. As Jackson Delane came into this ball game, He had over 20 grabs on the season. Had a great game last week, of course, as did Dylan Young. Jackson Delaney had an 87-yarder called back due to a hold last week against Loyalsock. So now Shear. They love to certainly get Ian Blankenhorn in field goal position. Blankenhorn is 8 for 8 in the year. His long 47 yards. He's had 5 over 40 in the season. And he's only a junior. Shear. They slip it. Again on a good run up the middle. The fullback, Signor, runs it that time to the 39-yard line and a first down. Good piece of running that time. And the Warriors are going to take time out with 28 seconds. We'll stay right here, babe, and we'll thank some of the sponsors. And boy, I'll tell you, good. Let's see what they do here to try to get themselves in position.
Well, they're doing what they have to do right now if they keep it up.
Game of the week brought to you by Liberty Arena, Score Sports Bar Grill, home of the Chaos Fun Zone, Fly World, and a go-to place after the game for the best in college football, NFL tomorrow. Check it out. It's Score Sports Bar and Grill, Liberty Arena, downtown Williamsport. They've got Liberty Lanes, Chaos Fun Zone, Fly World for the kids, and they also have a great deal. Monday Night Football is their wings night. 75 cents per wings, Bud Light pitcher, $6. You can't beat it. Check it out at Liberty Arena. And brought to you by AAA, the most trusted name in travel. Remember, AAA's got all the great cruises. We've got our Christmas Show Alaskan cruise next summer. Check that out. And, of course, Notre Dame Navy coming up next August. And that's going to be a great round trip. And right now you can save $400 per couple. Check out AAA North Bend. AAA, they are the most trusted name in travel. The Warriors of Mountoursville with 28 in the half. Up 1, 14-13. Shear in the gun. Pressure coming. Shear, slant, Young. The catch. A great move after the catch. The ball came out. He fumbled it at the 20, and the Warriors got on it at the 18-yard line. That time, Drew Maruck was a guy that jumped there, but Young got it back. And that time also Jacob Williams in on the tackle. That's a 21-yard gain. And right now, at the very least, you're in a pretty good position as far as the field goal goes, but you want to get 6 out of this, that's for sure. Warriors called another timeout, and again, we'll keep it right here, Mike. We'll thank some of the sponsors as we'll see. You know, Jersey Shore next week playing Dallas. We understand that ball game is going to be at Danville. We'll talk about it. And speaking of Danville, BJ's M Street Tavern and Oyster Bar, Danville and Selinsgrove. 7 days a week. All the authentic oyster bar in the region. Great St. Louis ribs, great steaks. I think they got the best clam chowder anywhere. Check it out, BJ's. We did that Selinsgrove game. We had the whole gang went to BJ's.
And you had clam chowder.
I had clam chowder, and I get stuck with a check. I made no money in that game. What's wrong with that picture? All right. Yeah, BJ's, great place. Danville and Selinsgrove.
Gary, you created a monster.
I created a monster. You're right about that. For 33 years. Of course, Penn State fans aren't happy with the outcome of what's going on in Columbus now. They're down 21 at the half. Shear. Out of the gun, long count. Pressure off the edge. Shear steps up, throws over the middle. He throws. The ball comes out. There's going to be a pass interference by Jacob Williams. That time, Young was there. It was a great touch pass by Shear on the slant to Young. Williams got him right before he was about ready to make the catch, and it looks like it's going to be a pass interference. It looked like from where we are, it looks like it's going to be 6 points.
It did. In any other higher level, that would not have been called because they don't call anything anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
But
yeah. Well, another flag, and boy, I'll tell you, Sammy Solomon right now, they got to get him settled down. He is. Randy Spencer might have to pull him out of there because he's been jabbering all day long. And that's one thing, if you're either one of these teams, you don't need another personal foul. And right now, Mountoursville would like to get 6. They've got 14 seconds until halftime.
Unfortunately, it's only half the distance to the goal and all those fouls.
Yeah.
So it's 30 yards worth of penalties.
Well, we'll see what happens.
They're only going to pick up about
right
2.5
now,
yards.
you've got to manage the clock here. You certainly got to throw into the end zone here because you don't want to take away the chance to get automatic points with Ian Blankenhorn. Now Spencer is going to call timeout for Wyoming Area. We'll thank some more sponsors. We'll keep it right here at SCA Stadium. Boy, anymore, we don't do many day games anymore.
No, not. It's kind of refreshing to do one. You know, it really is. I like doing day games, but we haven't done one in a number of years.
Game of the week brought to you by Carrie Datris and the gang at Hands and Health, Chiropractic, Applied Kinesiology. Carrie does a great job, Washington Boulevard, Williamsport. She was working in my back in the early part of the late summer and early part of the football season. But when it comes to shoulders and hips and back and any problem you have, give Carrie Datris a call. Hands and Health, Chiropractic and Applied Kinesiology, and Rainbow Carpet. Mazare family, they do a great job. They've done just about all the flooring in my house when it comes to hardwood, all the carpeting, expert installation. And boy, I tell you, they do a great job. That LVT, the luxury vinyl planks, the tile, and the wood looks are the most amazing things going now. That's the most popular at Rainbow Carpet on East 3rd in Williamsport. So we've got 14 seconds, first and goal at the 5. You certainly have enough time to get a shot into the end zone here. You've got an almost automatic field goal kicker from this point in Blankenhorn. They fake jet sweep. Shear steps up, guns it, back of the end zone. Wood couldn't get up and get it. Cam Wood was open. He floated it a little bit too high and did not time the jump. It was incomplete, and they nearly got it to the big guy, Cameron Wood, in the back of the end zone. And now the Warriors, they've got 9 seconds left. And the one thing for sure, you've got to right now keep an eye on. You can't take much time here.
No, you can't. If you get off a normal play, it takes about 6 seconds. So they can get 2 more plays out of this. Although I'm trying to see what down. Oh, it's only second down. Okay.
Yeah, right now you don't make this. You got to bring your field goal kicker in and get points.
Yeah.
You're up 14-13. Hunter Shear out of the gun, trying to get 6. Fake jet sweep. Shear. Pressure off the edge, throws back in the end zone, touchdown! Wide open Delana, and the Warriors on a 60-yard drive. They had 6 more, and now a little bit of breathing room. They're up 20-13, and here comes Ian Blankenhorn. And again, well-conceived play. They felt good, and he was wide open.
Wide open, and give the offensive line some credit here. I mean, he had plenty of time to wait back there for his receiver to get open, and Delana slid across, got in that pocket, and he laid it in there.
Here comes Ian Blankenhorn. His kick is up. His kick is good. We'll take time. We've got 3 seconds remaining. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. 21-13, Mountoursville over Wyoming Area. We'll be back. Rennie Road-Harmel Allstate, game of the week. It'll be Colin Garini booting it back, and now you got to make sure they've got playmakers all over the place. DeLuca has returned one for a touchdown and a kick return. They're going to squib it and try not to give them a good return. Brasini touched it. Loose ball picked up DeLuca. DeLuca trying to set up a block. And it's going to be ridden down by Dylan Bennett, number 8, the linebacker, at about the 23-yard line, and time has expired. That's it. The blue and gold and the Warriors on this home side of the field. And boy, I tell you, they're giving their team a much-deserved round of applause and a hard-fought lead at halftime. 21-13 our score. And we're going to go down to Ben Reichley with an update and talk to J.C. Kiefer. Ben.
Well, Coach, a football game. Playoff football. Your team has given some punches, taken some punches, and you got a 21-13 lead.
Yeah, hey, this is good old-fashioned football right here, man. It's what it's all about. Having fun out here, playing the game we love. We're just going to get after it for another 24 minutes and see what happens.
Coach, appreciate the time. Good luck the second half. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to be very interested to see what happens with Wyoming Valley, or Wyoming area. It has been chippy down there. They are talking. I'm going to say this personally: if I was on the defense there for Wyoming area, I might tell my teammate 76 to go take a couple plays off. It's getting that chippy. The referees are getting a little frustrated. I will say this, boy, you talk about a Mountoursville offense. That last drive there, they put that together. There was a couple penalties, but they put that together. I tell you what, that's a big score. They're very confident down there, and a Mountoursville defense, except for a short drive there for a touchdown, they would have only given up 7 points. I'm going to look for some interceptions on the Mountoursville secondary. I think those guys have gotten DeLuca under control from a standpoint is he's a target quarterback. He looks for his target. He throws to his target. When he has to scramble, he can make things happen. So a pretty confident Mountoursville team here coming off at halftime with the 21-13 lead.
Yeah, I would say great start, Mountoursville. Tough one, 21-13 at the half. We're going to take a timeout. Rainy Road Armel All-State game, Fairfield for Fantastic Deals halftime show. Coming up next, so go away. Rainy. Hey, we're back. Fairfield for Fantastic Deals halftime show. Gary Crispin and Babe Bear. What a game. 21-13 state, 3A quarterfinal, and trying to move into the semifinals, the Eastern final, if they can win this. And Mountoursville on top of the half, 21-13. Wyoming Area cuts it to 1. They respond right away. Hard-fought game, a big one, and it's going to be fun to see the second half.
Yeah, and I thought that momentum swing when Wyoming Area scored that touchdown may bring a second half that we could see some changes. And what did Mountoursville do? They take the kickoff right down the field, put the ball in the end zone. The momentum's back with Mountoursville, and Mountoursville's had the momentum, and I think has played the better first half of this ball game without a doubt.
We're going to talk Mountoursville in a moment. Hunter Shear got that last touchdown pass. Speaking of Hunter Shear, Price Optical Athlete of the Week a week ago, through 4 in the first half of this game. He's thrown it well. Let's take a look at Hunter Shear from last week.
Now,
he is the Price Optical Athlete.
Yeah, watch the time he had to throw that. That wasn't the touchdown I thought it was going to be. Here it is. Watch the time he has to throw that ball and that's not the one I thought it was either.
Jackson Delana drops under there and makes the catch.
There it is.
Beautiful play. Avoids a rush.
Yep.
Get Cam Wood wide open. And that was Hunter Shear, who was our MVP a year ago, throwing well. He threw his 19th touchdown pass to that guy. Actually, he threw it to Delana a moment ago. He's our Price Optical Athlete. We come back, we'll take a look at the go-ahead touchdown right there, at least the third touchdown of this game. We're going to take a timeout. 21-13 our score. We'll be back. Fairfield for Fantastic Deals halftime show. Don't go away from STA Stadium. Hey, we're back. Fairfield for Fantastic Deals halftime show. The Warriors, second round PIAA quarterfinals, are up 21-13. You talk about responding. First of all, this ball club from Wyoming Area scores, and they back them up. They put together a 97-yard drive. And then let's take a look at it. River Valley Transit big play, tail end of the half. And being patient, only 9 seconds left. They felt good to get this man back in the end zone. And again, Delana, he's wide open.
Yep. And
great move that time. Jackson Delana, the touchdown. That is Hunter Shear's 19th toss of the season. Well, hey, by the way, and Babe, excuse me, stats right now, you start taking a look at Mountoursville, 168 to 143 in total yards.
Yeah. Well, this is a team out of Wyoming Area that is a running team. They run the ball. They set off. Everything comes off the run. They can't run the ball. Unless they can run the ball, that's not going to open up the passing game. They've gotten lucky in a couple of long passes, got a couple of touchdowns out of them, but that's not going to win this ball game. Right now, Mountoursville's dominating the game and playing a very, very good game.
Well, it's going to be interesting. You take a look at Shear, 8 out of 12, and Shear having a great first half right here. As far as throwing the football, DeLuca 6 out of 13 for 137, and Delana has caught 4 for 34 and a touchdown, and Williams has 1, Harrows has 1 on the other side. So going to be an interesting second half of this game. The Warriors playing tough. They're up 21-13. This is the Fairfield for Fantastic Deals halftime show. And by the way, we've got some scores, and of course, not that this will matter as you watch the replay. The scores of the other games. Not that this matters, but it's part of the sponsorship.
Well,
here we go. Here are the scores of other games for the guys listening up here that want to know. What do we have?
Mountoursville is 21-13 over Wyoming Area. That's a game we're doing here.
Is that right? I didn't know that was the game.
Ohio State is really kind of putting the two. Penn State, it's 21-6 right now at halftime. Ohio State's had had fumbled the ball going in for a touchdown on one. In the game, all right.
Hey, babe, we've got an update over here. 21-14 now.
21-14.
Yes.
We're back in the ball game then.
Penn State has made a move.
In the game, Harvard and Yale. Harvard is winning 15-3 over Yale. Minnesota and Northwestern. Minnesota 28-9. Michigan State is 17. Rutgers 0, and Alabama 45. Western Carolina has not scored.
That's quite a matchup there. We're going to take a break. That's a scoreboard show. Makes a lot more sense when it's a live game, but again, Liberty Arena, Score Sports Bar and Grill. It is 21-13, our score here. What a ball game. Stick around second half. This is the Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week and the Fairfield for Fantastic Deals halftime show. Well, we're here from STA Stadium, Bay Bear. Great first half of this ball game. It's going to be interesting to see game plan second half. Mountoursville playing pretty good football right now.
Yeah, they sure are. They're playing real good football. I think they've basically held the momentum in this ball game for the most part. Wyoming Area has got to be a better team than what they're showing us here right now to be where they're at. They beat some good teams and they should be there. They're right now frustrated. I think they're getting beat at the line of scrimmage. I think that offensive line's their offensive line and defensive line has got to pick things up. They're getting out quick in that position. And Mountoursville just seems to be able to put together drives and put together first downs. It's been big plays that has put Wyoming Area on the scoreboard. So, we'll see what happens here in the second half, but we're going to see some major changes out of Wyoming Area, starting with they've got to be able to run the ball.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see this second half. We're about ready to kick it off, kick it away, and Warriors of Mountoursville trying to make their statement, their run. They got to a state championship game 30 years ago, 1989. Mark Messina, who's doing the radio upstairs, and Mark and that Warrior team got to the final, lost to Hickory in the final game, the very first year of the PIAA. That was their only run. We've had some deep runs with Mountoursville. It's been quite a few years, but I know a year ago they remember what happened against Scranton Prep. And, of course, the Wyoming Area, they were 10-0 last year. They remember what happened losing to Lakeland in the District 2 semifinals. Both of these teams expecting more this season. And we'll see what adjustments, what's going to happen in the second half of a big game for both of these Warrior teams.
But, it's a lot of penalties in this ball game and a lot of non-action penalties, a lot of unsportsmanlike conduct, personal fouls, and a lot of them have gone away against the Wyoming Area. They got to clean that up too.
And of course, the Mountoursville Warriors will return. The second half kickoff, defer to the second half. Trying to get something going. They're going to squib it back here. That ball is going to be caught, and the ball pops out, fumbled, picked up. Rocco Palizzi to the outside, and Palizzi runs it out near midfield of the 45. Big time hit was made a moment ago, and that time we're talking Jaden Russin made the hit. The Mountoursville Warriors, and Heath Jones got popped. And that ball came out, and he's limping coming off to the sideline. He took a real tough hit, and that time, heads-up play, that time Rocco Palizzi was able to pick it up and run it out, averting some real disaster early in this game.
You're right.
Going to be interesting. I guarantee you Randy Spencer had a really talking to Wyoming Area, because they remember they're only lost to Southern. Mountoursville's only lost to Southern. They've had their way with everybody they played. First down and 10. Here comes Hunter Shear. Back there in the gun. Fake the jet sweep. Play action. Shear, pressure coming. Tosses it out of bounds. That time he had two receivers out there. He had Woodlong. He had underneath the fullback that time, C.J. Signer, who has been on the receiving end of quite a few passes this year. He's done pretty well. He's certainly a guy they've thrown to. He's got 13 receptions on the season, 2 for touchdowns out of the fullback, number 47. They intended receiver the last time. Second down, 10. Shear back in the gun. This time they give it to Palizzi. Boy, he's going to be knocked down that time. Brasini comes over to make the play. That time, Brasini comes over to make that hit. And now let's double check. Yeah, it's going to be F.J. Brasini that comes over to make the hit, number 36.
Well, you know,
Didn't want to call him R.J. It's F.J.
That's 2 good plays now. Shear did a good job in that first down of throwing the ball away. There was nobody that was going to be open. You didn't want to get a turnover out of it. And then on the second down here, tackle for a loss. So you're looking at a third down now and about 11 and a half for a first down. And this would be a big defensive series for Wyoming Area.
No doubt. Pressure coming up the middle. Shear avoids the rush. He's going to scramble. Shear dives ahead to the 35. He doesn't run very often, and Hunter Shear gets it out to about, the 45-yard line is going to get helped up. Dylan Williams comes over to make that tackle. So right now, Wyoming Area setting the tone in the second half with a great defensive stand that time.
They came with a good blitz series right there. Williams, a linebacker, got up into the backfield, almost took him down for a bigger loss, and then caught up with him and brought him down for that short loss.
Colin Guarini, 38 yards a punt. They need a good one here. And they also want to avoid a good return by DeLuca. They kick it out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. And now it's going to be interesting to see how they match up and how Wyoming Area comes out because, they're not playing with Darren Rodney, who's their leading ground gainer as a running back. And it's going to be interesting to see in the second half trying to get that running game going. Game of the week brought to you by Liberty Arena, Score Sports Bar and Grill, go-to place after the game. They've got 15 high-def screens, great food, and a lot more. As Penn State fans are more excited now. Penn State has got that lead to 21-17 in the game. All right, out of the gun. You're watching Sunday, the replay of this ball game on CableSportsLive.com. DeLuca looking for Williams, got by his man. The catch, Williams, 30, 25, 20. Williams, the distance, touchdown. And again, Brian Williams cuts to the outside, 72 yards. And wow, Brian Williams again burns the Warriors secondary, and we haven't seen that all year.
No, I don't. That was a nice call. Obviously somebody upstairs must have seen something that could happen underneath there because it was a little down and out by Williams and down and up by Williams, and the corner just got beat. There was no safety coverage over the top.
Yeah, that score should be 21-19. They put 21-20 up. They've got to come out here, and I imagine they're going to come out here and go for 2. Yeah, you're down 21-19 in the game right now. 21-13 at the half, 21-19 is our score. And they go for 2 to come out and tie the game. DeLuca coming out, got Williams the fullback. Harrows is the tailback. Everybody in tight. DeLuca stumbled a bit, throws, lobs, end zone touchdown. That was easy. Ambrosino makes the catch, the tight end to the outside. He's been tough all year. The 2-point conversion ties it. We're tied at 21, and the Warriors of Wyoming Area make a statement in the second half. We'll take time. 10:04 to play, third period. Don't go away. This is the Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week. Wyoming Area, impressive drive, 72-yard touchdown pass. DeLuca to Williams, and they have burned the secondary of Mountoursville. They better field that ball as that ball's bobbled by Batkowski. James Batkowski, one of the up people, fell on it wisely, and now the Mountoursville Warriors, after going 3 and out the last time, they've got to settle down here, get back in the rhythm of their offense. It gave the Warrior defense of Wyoming Area trouble in the first half of this game.
Well, they got 80 yards to go to get to the end zone, and I think this would be a kind of an important drive for them right now. At least they got to move the ball and get some momentum back. That was a nice couple of plays there by Wyoming Area.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just tied the game up.
Yeah, we're tied at 21. Shear in the gun. They come pistol look. They're going to run straight up that middle. Logan Ott turns, spins, and dives. Nearly got 9 yards out of it to about the 30-yard line. And Caleb Graham comes over to make the tackle, number 86 for Wyoming Area.
That was a nice run there by Ott. Nice spin off, almost picked up a first down. He's got a yard to go, so that's a positive right there. See if they can put a couple of them together.
You talk about a big day for Brian Williams. Williams has caught 4 for 164 and a pair of touchdowns from DeLuca, who's put up some big numbers today. We knew he was good. Logan Ott to the outside, scampers, and should have enough for a first down. Turned it inside, got enough for the first. That time, Drew Maruck, the freshman, comes over to make the tackle. DeLuca now 8 out of 16 for 211. He's been picked once, but 2 touchdown passes to Brian Williams, who came in by far their leading receiver and a guy that Randy Spencer tells me probably going to play in the next level next year. He's got a number of teams looking at him.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is an excellent secondary for Mountoursville, and they're getting picked apart here tonight. We talked about it there during the break.
Here comes Shear. Over the middle, nearly caught and in and out of the hands. That time you normally put that away. Brian Williams, who picked off 2 in the District 2 title game, was right there. And that ball came out of the hands of Dylan Young, who didn't miss a thing a week ago, and now plays that normally go your way are not, babe. It's second down and 10.
Yeah, now that time, that was a great throw by Shear.
Shear put it right in the numbers.
Yep, and you just couldn't pull it in, and that hurts. Now you're looking at second down and 10.
Second down, 10. Football is at the 34-yard line. They come pistol again. Shear, the veteran senior QB, gives it away up front. Ambrosino is one of a bunch of Warriors that make the tackle, and nothing doing. And Rocco Palizzi trying to run the football, and Drew Maruck again comes over to make that play.
Okay, now you're looking at third down and long, and Mountoursville's got to go back. I'll tell you, it's not so much Mountoursville, it's that Wyoming Area has picked their ball game up. I mean, they had a good halftime talk.
I guarantee you, Randy Spencer was not happy being down at halftime, and they came out like a different team.
And
Third
this is
down,
a different
9.
team.
Shear's out of the gun again. That's Delaney in motion. Got a touchdown tail end of the half. Shear throws to the outside. Delaney, enough for a first down. His forward progress should have it. It will. At the 45-yard line. Right in the numbers. Leo Harros made the tackle for Wyoming Area. Good throw, Shear. Nice call. Enough for the first down.
Now, Wyoming Area missed a good opportunity to get off the field. The defense was on the field way too long in the first half. Now, you had to get them off the field, give them a little rest there, but Mountoursville gets a first down, so they're still there.
First down and 10, tied at 21 in this ball game. STA Stadium. On what turned out to be a pretty nice Saturday afternoon, get a little cooler now. We're almost to 50 degrees when we started this game. First down and 10.
Too tight formation.
Warriors, Shear. Throws in a slant. Boy, I tell you, trying to get Delaney, who got belted by DeLuca and Jacob Williams, who were there. And throwing in that secondary. This has been a very physical football team, Wyoming Area. Randy Spencer said not only are we physical up front, but our backside, very physical. A lot of veterans back there. We're talking Williams and DeLuca. And second down 10. You don't need a pick here, that's for sure.
No, you don't. And it's a critical time. Again, you got second down, 10 yards to go.
And again, keep an eye. We have not seen the tight end, Cam Wood.
No, and they got a two tight end
trying to go to him a couple times. All right, Shear. Backside screen. That's the play that I thought we were going to, but they defensed it well. Big hit. Brasini comes over to make the play. F.J. Brasini on a backside play, and I felt it was coming. And it was, but Wyoming Area knew it was coming, and now a flag down. And boy, I'll tell you, they're trying to settle down. Leo Harrows he had a few things to say, and Jacob Williams down there trying to settle him down. Let's see what that call's going to be. Let's get down to Ben Reichley. Ben, do you have a better view of what that call might be down there? And I'm not hearing Ben Reichley now.
Well, that call right now it's a unsportsmanlike conduct, I think, against Mountoursville. He was throwing arms all over the place out there, and I lost him there for a while.
Unsportsmanlike against both teams, it looks like. It is getting chippy.
Okay, there it is. Okay.
Shear comes from the sideline with the play. 3rd down and 10 it will be. 21 all our game. Wyoming Area made a statement. 3 and out, Mountoursville. Then they threw a 72-yard touchdown pass to Brian Williams.
Another big 3rd down play from Mountoursville. They've done well on 3rd down plays.
3rd down, and they're going to call it 7 now. Shear steps up, tries to scramble, and he's going to be wrestled down. That time going to be Caleb Graham, number 86, comes over to make the tackle. You don't see Shear run with it much, but he had nowhere to throw it. And a great defensive stand again, Wyoming Area. Not only putting pressure up the middle, but doing a good job taking away those passing lanes.
Yep, a very good job on defense.
So the Warriors now, you want to get a good punt out of here. You've got 2 dangerous guys returning. And DeLuca back there deep with Brian Williams has caught 2 for touchdowns today. As they punt the football away. Guarini, remember, had 1 blocked in the first half of the game. Fair catch is called and made at the 20 by DeLuca. And that'll be about a 29-yard punt as they come out here and set up 1st down and 10.
And a good punt. You got a lot of air underneath that. It hung up there, and there was no place to go but to fair catch it. And they put the ball on the 20-yard line. They're 80 yards away from the end zone right now at a 21-21 tie, Gary.
Boy, we got a ball game. 6:28 left, 3rd period. Gary Crispin, Bay Bear, Ben Reichley. I don't see. Oh, there's Ben Reichley down there. I see him now. All right, here we go. 21 all our score in the game. You've got Williams. Keep an eye on him. He's giving him problems all day long. DeLuca comes up under center. They split the backs. Steps back to pass. Throwing down the sideline. Russin goes up and makes a great catch. Riley Russin, a 1st down to the 41-yard line. And again, Jake Reeder makes the tackle, well covered. And boy, DeLuca put it right in the numbers, and Russin went up and got it.
It was a perfect pass, good catch, and good defense. It was good defense in that play by Mountoursville. Just everything clicked for Wyoming Area.
Yeah, DeLuca, boy, talk about an upside of this guy. Penn State and Pitt have offered him preferred walk-ons. Lehigh, Colgate, a lot of those FCS teams after him, either offensively or defensively. He's a playmaker. They come Harrows off that right side. That's the run they wanted. Harrows breaking tackles and spins inside the 20 and hard to take down to the 16-yard line. They've been waiting all day, and the ironic part for Wyoming Area is Ott makes a saving tackle. The pass is now starting to set up the run as opposed to the run setting up the pass for the Warriors, who normally do it the other way around. 23-yard gain, and now the Warriors of Mountoursville need a big defensive stop. 1st down and 10, the football at the 15. They've got Russin top of the screen, near side Williams. Harrows off the right side. Hard running by the sophomore, who's going to run it to the 15. Started the ball game in place of the injured Darren Rodney. That time Cam Wood comes over to make the tackle. Rodney had a great year playing for the injured Corey Maruck, who got hurt against Northwest in their 3rd game. Puts together a great season. He's been banged up, and all of a sudden we look down before the game, and he was in street clothes.
Yeah, and we thought that may be a big problem. Harrows a little shaken up on that play.
They bring Drew Maruck into the ball game. Corey's brother is only a 9th grader, but also a great defensive player. Here comes DeLuca. He's tough in the open field, and DeLuca runs it inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. DeLuca, remember, came into this ball game as their leading rusher on the year. Delana makes a tackle. DeLuca on the season had put up some big-time numbers. We're talking 1,000 all-purpose yards. More than 1,000 and 2,000 total yards on the year.
Coach Kiefer from Mountoursville is just putting a lot of substitutes, situations on and off the field.
DeLuca comes up. Williams, the up back. They come the power I. They come straight ahead. Harrow's end zone. Behind that big offensive line. Touchdown, Wyoming Area. An 80-yard drive for the lead. And now they lead this ball game. We've got a 27-21 game.
Boy, and you talk about a halftime that can switch things around.
Sure do.
Now, this is the Wyoming Area team that I expected to see. First half was not. And Mountoursville right now, we know they can do it. They just got to get back into this ballgame.
Here comes Josh Gumbo for the conversion try. Bobbled, missed a kick, rolling out with the football, fakes a throw, end zone. Did he get in? Yes, 2-point conversion. That time, Riley Russin on a great improvised play. On a bobbled snap and a missed extra point, picks it up, rolls out, faked as if he was going to throw, and had enough to get in for a 2-point conversion. And now they're up 8, 29-21 will take time from STA Stadium. Don't go away. We're in the third. Wyoming Area's got the lead, 29-21. This is the Rainy Road Armor All-State Game of the Week. Boy, I tell you this, you talk about momentum changing, babe, in this ball game. Now Wyoming Area kicking back, and they got an improvised 2-point conversion. They're up 8. Short kick taken, James Batkowski. And the young sophomore runs it out, hard to bring down. He's going to be a good one. He runs it out to about the 38-yard line. That time Colby Gashi comes over to make the tackle in the special teams. Game of the Week brought to you by AAA. Most trusted name in travel. We remind you our Alaskan cruise coming up next summer with a Crispin show. 12 days to land in the sea. Princess Cruise Lines, call AAA 323-8431. They also have a deal for Notre Dame Navy in Dublin. You can save $400 a couple. AAA, they are the most trusted name in travel. Warriors now trail in this game. They are up at the half, now trailing, throwing back here, caught. That time a good move by Delana. Puts a hit on Williams and got the extra effort and should have enough for a first down, and it will be a 10-yard gain. That's a good play right there by Jackson Delana. Lowering the shoulder, getting that extra yard.
Yep, a good one-handed catch out there on the outside. I'm not a big fan of one-handed catches, but that was a good job of bringing that in.
So you're not one of these guys that likes those dramatic catches by the NFL guys with one hand.
I've seen them dropped. You know.
If you can make him, I want to make the catch any way I can.
Right.
First down and 10, Rocco Palizzi following his blocks. And there's a push to try to get that little extra yardage out to about the 47. Wykuski comes over to make the tackle. Tom Wykuski, number 71 for Wyoming Area. But I'm telling you, there's a lot of talking down in the trenches in this ball game. Talk about two physical teams going head-to-head. There's no doubt Randy Spencer had quite a talk to his team at halftime with the idea that they haven't trailed much all year.
Well, you know, they're playing a lot of two ends, too tight. Right, you see a formation right now. All right, where you got two tight ends in the ball game. They're trying to spread that defense out a little bit and get that running game going.
Second down 5. Palizzi tries to get to the outside. Good vision. Drives ahead for a first down and should have enough. He's ahead to the 41-yard line. Drew Marock comes over to make the tackle. Tell you, Drew Marock's played a heck of a game.
And that was a nice tackle. I mean, he really labeled Palizzi on that one. Palizzi bounces back up. He's tough.
Yeah, talk about Drew Marock, who is only a freshman, 5'11", 180, and has done a great job playing defense in the opening gun of this game for Wyoming Area. They've got double wide this side. They put Ott in the slot to the right side, and now a flag. Broke the men. It broke the huddle with 12 men in the huddle. And boy, that's, you get a little momentum, you start moving. You don't need little mistakes like that to break momentum.
No, you don't. Luckily, it's first down. You got a couple of downs here to try to make up the difference, but still, you don't want to break your momentum and make a worse situation than what you had.
Warriors first and 15. They come trips near side this time. Shear Pressure coming from the edge, throwing over the middle, nearly picked off, and that time Drew Baruch went down low and almost had an interception. And boy, I'll tell you, talk about Ambrosino coming off that edge, number 11. A guy that's being recruited by Albany and a lot of FCS teams, 6'3", 220. And he is a senior. He's got 15 tackles for losses and 6.5 sacks coming into this game.
And he got a piece of the quarterback shear, and that's why that ball went where it went. Almost turned into a turnover.
Second down, 15. Out of the gun, Shear. They fake. Little counter move that time. Good piece of running, Jake Reeder to the 30. Broke a tackle, and they slip him free. Again, little counter motion. They fake the jet sweep. They come straight ahead, and that time Brasini makes a saving tackle. Wow.
Yeah, Mountoursville's doing a good job right now of mixing up plays. Now, you would have thought after they didn't pick up anything, you're going to have a passing situation.
Well, they're trying to put together a 62-yard drive here. And you're right, babe. A lot of good balance between the pass and run, trying to keep this vaunted defense of Wyoming Area off balance and guessing every play. Shear. Good spin. Reeder again, and Jake Reeder's coming off an injury and a high ankle sprain. Drives ahead to the 25-yard line, and Dominic DeLuca comes over to make the tackle.
On that play, the linebackers weren't set when that ball was snapped. I don't know what they were doing. Everybody else is ready to go, and it's a too-tight formation. And when you have a too-tight formation, you're spreading the defensive lineman. The linebacker's got to be in position.
Second down in about 5 on the march into Warrior territory at the 30. Shear in the gun. Delana coming this way. Long count. That ball's fumbled away, and boy, I'll tell you, just had the feeling that was slipping out, and the flag comes out late as they tried to come out of the gun and give it away to Jake Reeder. And that time, little mental things, trying to get something going there as they back him up to the 30-yard line. We'll see where that flag's going to be.
It's the Mountoursville player signaled it was against Mountoursville, but it's Bosa offsetting again, yeah.
Going to be an offsetting penalty again. Football stays at the 30-yard line. Warriors trying to draw up a play to come back and cut this game to 2. Remember, they got the 2-point conversion on a bobbled snap and a great heads-up play that got into the end zone by Russin, who was the holder, and got in for a 2-point conversion. Third down, 3rd and 10. Football at about the 30-yard line. Here they go. They fake the jet sweep. Sheer pressure coming. Pump fake. Wide open. Ott. 25-20. Logan Ott stutter steps to the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. And flags coming out late. Boy, I'll tell you, that's going to possibly be a late hit that time. Hard hitting by Dylan Williams on a 20-yard scamper by Ott, who got more in a couple nifty moves. And a big call and a great play in the flat. He was wide open.
The experience of Shear made that play. He went right through his count. He looked for his first receiver, second receiver, and then went to his outlet man going down the sideline, and that picked up the first down. Now let's see what this penalty is.
Yeah, you talk about a guy that has put up big-time numbers. First Mountoursville quarterbacks, and only other quarterback since Bryson Messina to throw for over 1,000 yards in every season that he started. And there's the pump fake, looked over, and wide open Ott. And Ott makes a nice move, but what's that? Let's go down, and what's that flag going to be? And let's, Ben, what are they saying down below? Ben Reichley, I'm not hearing you. I don't know if you might have to check that mic.
I don't know what it was either. It happened, I think it was a dead ball foul. And the dead ball foul, well, no, it wouldn't have been a dead ball foul, or that would have been a first down, and then the penalty.
Mountoursville's going to call timeout. We're going to check it. We come right back. 29-21, and Wyoming Area on top. This is the Rainy Road Armor All-State game from STA Stadium. We'll be back. Big play, 3rd down. Third down and about 1. Warriors at the 21-yard line. Pivotal play at the tail end of the third period. You're down 8, 29-21. Shear. Showing shotgun again. Reeder's back there with him. Goes with that long count. Pressure coming off the edge. Looks at here. He's got to throw it away. That time, boy, you had a pass rush coming either side. Had to throw to the outside and over the head of Reeder. He was an outlet guy. Nobody apparently was open, and a wise play that time. And it sounds like we'll be going down to Ben Reichley in a moment. I heard you a moment ago, Ben. I know he's having a little microphone issue down there. Boy, I'll tell you, 29-21, babe, a minute left in the half, and now it is 4th down and 1. 4th down and 1.
All right, they've been bringing the house in this situation, so a little pass to the tight end over the middle could be huge.
They go Logan Ott off that right side. Logan Ott's got the first down of the 19. Good blocking up front by the Warrior offensive line. Signor leading the way from his fullback spot. They get the first. That time, Maroc comes over to make a tackle. He's got to have double-digit tackles today. Big day for a guy who's only a freshman. That time, also Dylan Williams.
Good call. You give it to your veteran, all right? He knows how many yards you need. He knows in his head what he needs to do, and that's what he did and got the first down.
That's Delaney in motion. Up under center is Shear trying to rally his team back. They toss. The veteran Logan Ott headed to Maryland to play baseball next year. Dives ahead to near the 15-yard line. And DeLuca comes up to make the tackle. What a ball game we've had from STA Stadium.
Boy, neither one of these teams want to give in. I mean, they're just really playing tough right now.
No doubt, that's going to be it. That's the end of the third. The Warrior fans on their feet. What a ball game. Don't go away. We've got another 15, 29-21. Our score, Wyoming Area leads the Warriors of Mountoursville. This is the Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week. We are back from STA Stadium. Here we go, the final 12. I said final 15. Of course, I'm thinking college football later. And here we go, 29-21 our score. The Warriors of Mountoursville on the march, down 8. Wyoming Area came out having trailed 21-13 at halftime. Shear, second down, 7, starting the fourth period. Play action fake. Shear off the pump fake, steps up, lets it go to the outside, incomplete. And Hunter Shear got belted at the tail end of that play. He's going to come to the sideline. Boy, they put heat on, and this is a big physical Wyoming Area team.
Shear did a good job of getting rid of the ball, though, and not taking the sack. Now,
you're talking about a guy, you're right, babe. You made a great point. So I'm a guy really smart. He's going through the whole progression, keeping an eye on, first choice, second choice, who's open, and you can see him read that defense.
Now, this has been a good third down day for Mountoursville. This is a huge third down right here.
Third down, 7. Double wide top of the screen. Shear in the gun. Hunter rolling right. Throws it to the outside. Throws a bullet for a catch, and Young enough for a first down. What a throw and what a catch. And Shear goes low at about the only place you could throw that Young's going to get under the defender and make the grab. That's a great play to Dylan Young.
Yeah, Jacob Williams was over there in coverage, and I think Jacob Williams was going, how in the world did that pass get in there? It was a nice pass, nice catch by Young, and you're, again, another conversion on third down.
First and goal at the 8-yard line. Warriors need to come down here and score to set the tone in the fourth period. They come straight ahead. Rocco Polizzi, hard running, get belted at the 5-yard line. Might get to the 4. Sammy Solomon got the last lick on, but it was Leo Harros that is the guy that made that tackle. And we'll see, they're going to put it down at the 4-yard line. Second and goal at the 4. Good move up the middle to Rocco Polizzi, who scored the early touchdown for this Warrior team at a 27-yard run.
Boy, a young underclassman just rose up into the spotlight here this year. Polizzi, he's tough. He took a lick there on that tackle, just jumps back up and plays.
Here they come from the 4, second and goal at the 4. Polizzi again, stutter step, end zone, touchdown. on a 4-yard run. A little bit of a juke step at the goal line got him in. And Polizzi, his second touchdown of the game, and the Warriors have now drawn within 2, 29-27. What a ball game this has been. Here's another look at it again. There's a little bit of just running ahead.
Okay, they're going to put the ball on the far hash. They're going to go for it.
They're going to go for the...
You got a great field goal kicker.
Yep.
You can be down by 2. That's not a big deal, but you
you're
can
right.
tie it up. So.
Yep, let's go for 2, and we'll see who they go for here. Remember, they threw that touchdown tail end of the half, and Delaney was wide open. You go back to something like that. Cameron Wood has always been big in this situation. See what they draw up from JC and the guys up here. They come straight ahead, Polizzi, run it up in the middle, and he doesn't get in. That time, figuring they're going to throw the ball, he fell just short of the Warriors' score on a 62-yard drive. We've got a lot of time, 10:46 to play in this game. Wyoming Area 29, Mountoursville 27. This is the Rennie Road Armor All-State Game of the Week. STA Stadium, Williamsport High School. What a ball game, 29-27, a 62-yard drive for Mountoursville against Wyoming Area, and now kicking it back to the Warriors of the green and gold of Wyoming Area. DeLuca and company back there deep. Driving him back to the 5. Here comes DeLuca. He's tough in the open field of the 20. And they ride him down and still trying to pull DeLuca ahead. You know, you've got his own guys trying to drag him forward, and that's, of course, that, babe, you don't like that.
I don't like that, no.
That's a Dante Pavani. Goes over to make the play. Game of the Week brought to you by BJ's M Street Tavern and Oyster Bar. Great place every time. After any ball game, surf we're in Danville or Selinsgrove, we go to BJ's. St. Louis Tavern Ribs, all the great food, 7 days a week. Babe loves the burgers. You got to love it at BJ's M Street Tavern and Oyster Bar. First down and 10. Little option look. DeLuca puts it on the hip after sticking into the belly of the fullback and runs it for 10 and a first down, and Dylan Bennett makes a tackle. DeLuca right now might go to some of his bread and butter and run a little option look.
Well, I'll tell you what, DeLuca is one good football player. There's some good football players out here in this field.
Well, there's no doubt about that.
In all different positions, and DeLuca's one that really stands out. He can throw the ball. He plays great defense. He just has it all.
Yeah, he does.
His mom and I think his father too are officials.
First down and 10. They come to the fullback. Dylan Williams that time stumbles a bit, but dives ahead, gets some positive yards out to about the 39-yard line. Dylan Bennett, who is an outstanding wrestler for the Mountoursville program, comes over to make the tackle. Dylan Bennett on the defensive side this year, only a junior, 6'2", 195, and a junior, and certainly a favorite again in districts for the Warriors. Going to be very good again in wrestling. Second down, 6. You've got Russin to this near side. He made the difference in the 2-point conversion run off a bobbled snap. Back to pass DeLuca, guns it off the back foot. That time tried to go to Williams, and it's incomplete. You got to keep an eye on Brian Williams. Brian Williams has really hurt them today. Williams has caught 2 long passes for touchdowns, 4 for 164, and a pair of scores in the game.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to DeLuca in that pass, because I think Williams was open. He could have made the catch. He wasn't gonna, I don't know if he's going to get a touchdown out of it, but because there was a man behind him.
Third down and 6. Hats off to Jersey Shore, who won in triple OT last night over Pottsville.
Big
and
win.
They move on 42-35 to play Dallas in the Eastern Final next week. That's where these teams want to be. In 3A. Play action, pressure coming, Wood. Chasing DeLuca out of the pocket, DeLuca in the open field, and finally brought down a first down run. And a good heads-up play by Mountoursville, slow getting up. Got a piece of DeLuca that time. And let's double check who that might have been that made a big tackle. I think it's going to be C.J. Signer. I
Yeah,
think it was 47.
it was Signer. 47 was the one that made it.
Yeah,
the guy
Signer
that
got him, and he's slow getting up.
The guy that forced him out of the pocket was Wood. And Wood almost caught him, and Signer came up and got him before Wood got there, but not before he got a first down.
Yeah, they've got the ball at the 49, 1st and 10 run. Trying to run right off that middle that time. They give it right away to Harrows. He's going to get about a yard, maybe 2. That time, Logan Ballores played a good ball game at the linebacker spot. Number 38 comes over to make the tackle. With 8:22 left in the game, you're up 2. Right now, Randy Spencer doesn't mind pecking away running clock because, you know, you get a little closer in this game, that clock starts becoming a big-time factor in this ball game when you're down 2 points and you need the ball back.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, with the field goal kickers that these teams have, the Wyoming area doesn't have one, and on the other side, Mountoursville has a really good one.
Here comes DeLuca off the side. What a hit by Signal! The linebacker burst through and made another big saving play for a tackle for a loss. C.J. Signer. That's big-time play.
Big-time play. They thought he had the alley, turned it upfield, and Signer did a good job of scraping down the line of scrimmage and making that tackle.
Yeah, he's another young junior. You know, 5'10", 175, came on the scene last year, worked his way in, played a lot, and you know, the cupboard will not be bare for Mountoursville next year, although they lose a lot of real key guys. 3rd down 10. When you've got a program, you just reload, and that's what these two teams have. 3rd down 10, DeLuca. Big play for the defense of the Warriors of Mountoursville. Play action, pressure coming. Guns it out here, caught, but underneath. And a great hit by Dylan Bennett. Trying to come underneath to Caleb Graham, who lined up at tight end. And a good hit by Dylan Bennett, number 8, the linebacker. And that means they're going to have to come out here and, well, let's look and see what they're going to do here. Will they punt it or will they not punt the ball here? DeLuca comes out. Of course, he's going to be your punter anyway.
Yeah.
Anytime you put it in the hands of DeLuca, you got to keep an eye on him.
I think they're going to go for it.
They're going.
You know, they've not had a lot of luck with their kicking game tonight, so
Here comes DeLuca. They're going to load up that backfield. DeLuca's going to call timeout with 6:24 left, and we're going to take timeout. 6:24 left in this game. Mountoursville down 2. This is the Rennie Road Armor All-State Game of the Week. All right, we've got 4th down and 5. Wyoming area goes for it. Down 2 for the Warriors of Mountoursville. The defense needs to step up big. DeLuca, now he'll come out. He wanted to draw him off, and looks like he did. And the Warriors make a big-time mistake, jumping offside, and they get the first down. And boy, that's the oldest trick in the book. And the blue and gold made a mental mistake and fell for it as DeLuca, who punts, he decided to jump back in punt formation, quick snap, and what do? You jump offside, and you get an automatic first down. Wow. Great call, Randy Spencer, and they fell for it. And now you're hoping to get the ball back as the Warriors of Wyoming area. They want to milk this clock with 6:24 and up 2. DeLuca again. This time he comes up under center. They go trips right side, double wide left. Naked backfield, a floater down the middle. Graham that catch the tight end inside the 15 to the 13-yard line. Caleb Graham wide open. Logan on a saving tackle as he floated it over the top. And a great call and a late flag comes out. Late flag, let's see where that call is going to be.
Well, I tell you what, I think he tripped over his own man, and they thought that.
Boy, I tell you,
I don't know. Let's see
if Ben, can you? I don't know if you're hearing me or not. I heard you a moment ago. You're talking. Yeah, it might be a personal foul against Wyoming area.
Let's see if we can see a replay on that. I didn't see it.
I am hearing. I know they're working on the mic down below. I'm hearing Mike clearly in the microphone, so I'm hearing him check that out. And we'll go down to Ben when we get a chance. But a flag, and it appears that they continue to talk that it could be against Wyoming area. We'll wait and see. See where the call's going to be. And now DeLuca goes to the sideline to talk to Randy Spencer with 6:17 left in this ball game.
All right, so they're going to back it up.
Wyoming Area is going to get backed up on the penalty. Warriors need to come up with a big play here. Down 2 in the ball game.
Well, wait a minute. It's still 1st and 10.
All right, 1st down and 10. Clock is running with 6:05 left. Option, run, backside pressure, Wood, and Schmalhofer got him from behind. Wood got a hold of the jersey, and Zach Schmalhofer, another tackle for a loss. What a season he has had. Came in here with 8.5 sacks, a number of tackles for losses. That has been big, to say the least.
Yeah, well, I tell you, Wood did a great job of pursuing from the backside, and he has enough quickness and speed that he caught up with him. Smackhauer made the play from the far side, but it was a good play by Wood also.
Big play that time. Schmalhofer, again, credit with the tackle. 2nd and 12. We'll go down to Ben. We do hear you now. And here they go. They come fullback Williams, tailback Harrows. DeLuca off the play fake. Looking downfield over the middle. Williams goes up. Touchdown. Put it right in his breadbasket. You do not throw it any better than that. He was well covered, just enough for Williams. And all day they've had the magic for the Wyoming Area Warriors. And the arm of DeLuca and Brian Williams has burned this veteran secondary today. And now with 5:09 to play, they're up. He's going to lob it down here. Williams got behind the man and burned the Warriors secondary. And now 35-27 the score in the game. That's big. That hurts.
DeLuca does a great job of throwing the ball where his receiver can catch it. And the receiver goes to it. And that's the bottom line.
Here comes the extra point. Boy, Brian Williams has had a career day today. The kick is up. And the kick is good. Will take time. 36-27. You're down 9 with 5:09 to play. Don't go away. This is the Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week. SDA Stadium, and now you've dug yourself a hole with 5:09 left, and you've got to make a move offensively. Down 9, 36-27. Wyoming Area kicking it off. They need a return, and a flag comes out. They stop the play as the Warriors of Mountoursville trying to get a run back with James Betkowski, who's got breakaway speed. Maybe an offside
procedure against.
Got to be against the kicking team.
Yeah, against the kicking team. It was
They're
a
going
good
to kick
call.
it all over again. Wyoming Area, they had a statement win in their second game against Scranton Prep, who they thought they would play a year ago for the title. Scranton Prep, of course, they didn't get there. Lakeland beat them, and that's been stuck with them all year. They were 10-0 a year ago, lost in the playoffs, and this has been a goal of theirs, not only to win a District 2 title. They beat Scranton Prep twice, but to get to this game and keep moving on the road to Hershey. And DeLuca and company and Williams is paying off now. Now the Warriors, still time. 5:07 left. James Betkowski, he's got great speed. Works to the outside and runs it over the 40 and out to the 42. A good return. And now Mountoursville needs a strike in a hurry. Adam Sigmund makes a tackle for the green and gold with 5 minutes left in this ball game, babe.
Yeah, well, a touchdown and a field goal can still win this ball game with 5 minutes to go. They got to get a score in quick, get the ball back.
Game of the week brought to you by KISS 102.7, the 80s to now. The Christmas Cruise to Paradise returns on Monday. And then the biggest day of the year, the Tri-State Discount Center Thanksgiving Day Parade. It's nothing bigger than that. Live on the radio. They even have a sign on top of Duncan.
How many years has it been?
39th annual event. That's Thanksgiving Day. All right, here come the Warriors. Shear. Looking. It's going to float it to the outside for Reeder. And boy, he had pressure coming up the middle by Sammy Solomon, number 76. Solomon coming after him. Trying to float it to Reeder, the outside. Reeder had pretty good coverage.
Yeah.
Ambrosini dropped off from his defensive end spot in Derek Ambrosino.
Yeah, they had that wall covered, but still Ambrosini fell behind. That ball would have dropped in there. it would have been a completion. But everything, you got to watch the pressure on the quarterback when he has to throw a ball. Does he have time to set his feet? Does he have time to get off a good pass?
Well, he's had pressure. 13 out of 24, 136, and a touchdown by Shear. Shear back to pass, throws to the outside again. This time that ball cannot be caught. Again, pressure up the middle, floated it to Ott. And now you're looking at 3rd down and 10 with 4:51 left, and this is a must play here because you may not get the ball back.
You're right.
You're down 9 in the game, and you've got 2 plays. I mean, you've got to go on 4th down here.
This is a 2-possession game right now, so they'd have to get the ball back twice.
Oh, no question. Absolutely. They've got Dylan Young, top of the screen. Dylan Bennett is backed in at wide out here, and they put Delaney in the slot. Big play here for Shear in the gun, 3rd down 10. Down 9. Pressure, somebody moved. Boy, was that going to be a false start, Warriors. And now it looks like the Warriors of Mountoursville coming unglued.
I don't. Was that against the Warriors?
It looked like it might have been a false start as Shear comes to the sideline, and they're going to back themselves up 5 yards, and now you've got 3rd down and 15, and Shear came out here and talked to JC, trying to get that play called.
Well, Shear's a guy that can get the ball down for 15 yards, so that's, they're just going to have to lengthen the field right now as opposed to going to that sideline.
Yeah, this Warrior team led 21-13 at the half, remember. The Wyoming Area came out, made a statement early, and took the lead, and they have not given it up. Shear, 3rd 15, scrambling, backside pressure is hit, the ball is picked up. The fumble run out of bounds, and what a play. Ambrosino made the play, and Brasini picked up the loose ball, and that is probably going to be it. Backside hit on Shear, who did not see him coming, and that may be it as Shear is slow getting up, and he's helped off the sideline. What a gallant effort. Wow. Shear has been so tough all year, and Ambrosino really nailed Shear from backside, and Hunter Shearer, MVP a year ago. Boy, you can't say enough about that young guy.
You can't.
You're talking a guy that's led this team from a team that did not have a winning record 2 years ago.
And they
knew they would be good last year, and now this year, 12-1 coming in against a really good Wyoming area team.
Well, you can see why Ambrosino's such being highly recruited. I mean, the speed for him to come from that backside and make that play was good time.
Yeah, 6'3", 220. No doubt they're looking at him. FCS teams looking at him. Trying to run off that right side, run some time. Nothing doing that time. Will Carson, Jacob Stoner come over to make the play. And the clock is running. 4:28, and you're down 9 in this ball game. Left in the season for the Mountoursville Warriors, that now you're going to need a miracle because you need to get the ball back twice. You've got to make something happen, score, and then get it back.
And
with 4:10 to play in the game.
Now you're going to watch Wyoming Area will bleed the clock here. It's
no doubt.
Before they run this next play. As long as they're running the ball, they're going to bleed the clock and try to work towards that goal line.
You talk about DeLuca and Williams have burned him today. DeLuca has thrown for 317 yards. DeLuca goes straight ahead. Spins out of a play, and that time DeLuca gets gang tackled. As they've held him in check with a run today, but he's made the plays, and ironically Dylan Bennett, and they made the plays with the arm. We're going to take a quick timeout with 3:41. Let's double check, make sure they're going to the timeout. And it looks like they are going to be. Mountoursville Warriors call time, and we'll take timeout. We'll be back from STA Stadium. Mountoursville down 9, 36-27. This is the Rennie Road Armel All-State Game of the Week. Wyoming Area with the lead in this ball game, 36-27. DeLuca straight ahead. Boy, he's tough. And now you feel the air going out of the blue and gold, babe, as Dylan Young makes that tackle. And 3:35 left in the ball game. And right now, you're Wyoming Area. You want a little more insurance here. You want to get one more. You were down at the half. Randy Spencer got him fired up at halftime. They had right off the bat, they set the tone with a 3-and-out. Got a touchdown back and cut the margin down. And they later ended up getting a 2-point conversion on what turned out to be a major play that was made by Russin on a bobbled extra point try. And that 2 points looked big until they got that last 7. And that time, just following this blockers, DeLuca is going to charge ahead to the 2, almost to the 1-yard line.
Well, you just bleed the clock down now, and if they put it in the end zone here, that's ball game. But if you could get a fumble or whatever and get the ball back, you may have a shot. But there's not going to be a whole lot of time left on the clock.
Yeah, 2nd down and goal at the 2 for Wyoming Area, who played Southern tough, especially in the first period of the game they played. They actually had a goal line stand against Southern Columbia this year, early on in that game. 2nd down, goal at the 2. Williams and Maruck back there in the backfield. DeLuca up under center. Now he's going to split him in the backfield now. DeLuca goes straight ahead, tries to run it in end zone. He's in, touchdown. And that will do it. They add 6 more. And now you're up 42-27 over the Mountoursville Warriors. And Wyoming Area will advance to the Eastern Final, making a statement in a second-half comeback. They trailed 21-13 at halftime. Mountoursville responded, played really well against his really good team. But ironically, the arm of DeLuca, who threw for 317 and 5 for 194 to Brian Williams, who caught 3 in a career type of day. And it turned out they shut down the run. They got burned on the pass. And the conversion try by Wyoming Area, it is up. And it is good. We'll take time. 2:11 to play in the ball game. Wyoming Area 43, Mountoursville 27. We'll be back. This is the Rennie Road Armor All-State Game of the Week. Okay, that was very interesting. There, are we going to go to the break? Okay, we saw Babe Bear from many years ago. Yeah, that was a little interesting. That's the first. I've done this a lot of years, but I get surprises every week.
That was a lot of years ago.
That was a lot of years ago. I don't understand it, but, 43-27 our score in this ball game. 2:11 left in this ball game. And now, what else can you say? You're talking about a Wyoming Area team that just had a little bit too much, especially in the second half, made the plays. The Warriors did not make the plays, but DeLuca, he's certainly the real deal. Couple of thousand total yards he's accounted for. And Brian Williams burned them, and DeLuca's outstanding passing, and that has been the difference in this ballgame. Warriors did a great job shutting down their run. Now Mountoursville trying to go out strong to end this ballgame as they return the ensuing kickoff and run that back. That time bringing the ball back for the Warriors, Ethan Lepley, and Nasir Condry comes over to make the tackle. Game of the week brought to you by your favorite guy, Francis. Of course, he's my favorite, too. I've done probably more damage than anybody in Lycoming County down there at the Clothier.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to go to work at the Clothier, and I told Francis, I says you hire him. I says,
right.
He'll just buy clothes right and left, and you won't even need
Sure,
customers.
Absolutely. 43-27. Clothier for men this holiday season. Biggest selection in Pennsylvania. Every top name brand make it the Clothier in the heart of downtown Williamsport. Here comes Mountoursville with 2:05 to play in the game. And a tough one. These seniors have certainly played tough. Toss, Palizzi. No, it's going to be Logan Ott. And Logan Ott does a great job. The senior has given him so much for 4 years. Runs it for a first down run. And a great run that time by Logan Ott. Runs it out to the 49-yard line. And the Warriors of Mountoursville now playing for pride. Would love to get one back. And a good run by Ott on the way to Maryland to play baseball. Ott 7 out of 41 for 41 yards. Pump fake over the middle. Good throw, Shear and Young. A big pop that time by DeLuca. And boy, I'll tell you, Dylan Young is slow getting up. DeLuca put a pop on there. Going to be interesting to see And they're going to come out and take a look at Dylan Young. He got hit. Anytime you're coming across that middle and you're a receiver, you could really make you pay.
Well, there's still a minute 38 left. If best case scenario here for Mountoursville is that they get a quick strike and an onside kick, and then get another quick strike, and they still have enough. 14. Yeah.
Babe, this Wyoming Area team played Williamsport 2 years ago when all these guys were playing and they were sophomores, a lot of these key guys, and beat the Millionaires, I think, 58-42. And the Millionaires had Joe Fagnano at QB. I think Potts might have been hurt that game. As they throw, you talk about a stick. And Young, he's going to come off there. You talk about getting the wind knocked out of you. He's going to come off, but boy, Dylan Young, talk about a great year he's had. He's only a junior.
Yeah.
And I know that Mike Messina can't wait to get him on the basketball court. I know they had a scrimmage today at Berwick, and they did it early so all the basketball players could get here to go to this game today. But Young will get ready and play basketball, so will Hunter Shear, is a real good three-point shooter. I think Mountoursville basketball is going to be real good this year. Off the fake, Shear steps up, nothing doing that time. And right now, you talk about Graham coming over, who caught a couple of big passes, and Ambrosino, who has been tough all day off the edge, the defensive end.
What they do is they line up like in a four-man front, and they bring Ambrosino up on the line of scrimmage, split out just a hair, all right? And he's your attack man coming off the edge, as you mentioned, Gary, and it's been very successful for him here in the second half. First half, it wasn't doing a whole lot.
They've got Lepley in the game, number 80. To return that kick, he's out to the right side. He's in there for Young. They throw to the outside. Jackson DeLane is going to step out of bounds, stop the clock. Warriors out of some pride here. Brian Williams knocks him out. And right now, the Warriors of Wyoming Area feeling pretty good.
Well,
they didn't feel as good in the first half of this game, but boy, did they make some adjustments at halftime and come out and take over this game for the opening start.
And the biggest adjustment was, I think they straightened out their heads. They were doing stuff in the first half that was
That's true. That's a good point.
It was. They got them focused, ready to play. And
they started, and things started going their way.
Right.
So they were not committing some of those penalties. Shear off the pump fake. Shear again eludes the rush from Graham, dumps it off, comes to Ott. Little improvising there as he throws it out to about the 30-yard line. Tackle's going to be Bovani, as the nose guard number 50 comes over to make the hit at the 30-yard line, and 18 seconds to go. And Warriors of Mountoursville, and
that's it.
That's going to be it. As the Warriors going to wrap up, see if they get one more play off. Shear walks him out with 7, with 5. To see if they snap it in time. Shear better snap it. Final play of the season. Hunter Shear going to run it, and that's it. And nothing doing, nowhere to throw it. Could have thrown the alley-oop, but boy, hats off to the Mountoursville Warriors on an outstanding run. But today, the better team, the Wyoming Area Warriors, they win the game. They go to 12-1. And Randy Spencer's veteran team came to play in the second half of this game. And by the way, guys, let's get the score right on our scoreboard below. It is 43-27. 43-27 is the score of the game. All right, that's where we are right now. 43-27, the final score, and we're going to get a chance to go down to Ben Reichley and talk. We're going to talk to Randy Spencer. May get a chance to grab J.C. Kiefer at the tail end of the game, and I think you've got to probably, Ben, grab, if we can get them, not only Dominic DeLuca, that had one heck of a game, but also Brian Williams had a tremendous game today, catching the ball 5 for 194 and 3 touchdowns. And DeLuca, 12 out of 21 for 317, 3 touchdowns, was picked once. And fantastic day for those two guys. They were the difference. And then the Warriors of Wyoming Area played some great defense down the stretch in this second half of the game. They turned the tide in both sides of the ball.
Well, it started with the line of scrimmage. I thought that they did a great job at the line of scrimmage of getting penetration. The Warriors, I think the thing that really sparked them was 3 plays you're in the end zone. And I think it was 3 plays when they took the opening kickoff. You're in the end zone, and then all of a sudden everything started to bloom for the Warriors, and they took over the line of scrimmage. They played good defense in the secondary, put a lot of pressure on Hunter Shear, and that was it. All
right, let's try to get Mike over. Let's get our cameraman. And all right, guys, get on the same page down there. Here we go. All right, it's always a little scrambling around, but let's go down and talk to Randy Spencer at the end of this ball game. And Ben Reichley, Randy Spencer's got to be happy. 12th year as head coach of this team.
Coach, a heck of a second half.
Yeah, again, our kids did a great job responding. Started pretty good start, and then Mountoursville came on strong there at the end of that first half, and just great response from our kids in that second half. Really got into their feelings. I think they thought about whether they wanted to continue to go or not this year, and they really came out and did what they needed to do.
The play that 2 points didn't matter, but boy, what a momentum swing when you have a kicker on a play that doesn't go right. Put it in the end zone for 2 points.
Oh, yeah, there's just a gutsy play actually by the holder, Riley Russin, who made a couple big plays today. Just one of those guys that whatever needs to be done, Riley does it. And, one of those unsung heroes, unselfish seniors. Great job.
Your quarterback, DeLuca's, I'm going to guess that you have an assistant coach pick him up so he makes the bus. Because if he doesn't make the bus, it doesn't seem like the machine's going to run.
Well, Dom does it in all phases of the game. He's a big-time playmaker himself. Brian Williams today, an outstanding game by him. And, we had to do it through the air today. Montoursville made it tough on the ground, and our guys responded, played a great game.
Coach, good luck. A heck of a game. Like I said, a heck of a second half. Good luck in the state playoffs, and hopefully we'll see you in Hershey.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I tell you what, the difference, guys, is the second half. You look at the score, you can break it down. 30-6 was the second half, and that was Wyoming Area. A Wyoming Area team that I questioned the conditioning, what they were going to get. But when you come out, you stop the team, then you get the ball for your offense. They score, and you do what you did. You saw the momentum switch over to Wyoming Area in a big way, almost that whole second half.
Yeah, big momentum swing, Ben. Thanks. And when we come back, if we roll into somebody, we can get DeLuca or somebody like that, or you might be able to get J.C. Kiefer at the tail end, because certainly hats off to a team that finished 12-2, trying to get to that next step of the PIAA. Ran into a really good veteran buzzsaw team in Wyoming Area, and they go to the Eastern Final next week. We'll take a timeout. 43. Yeah, we can get DeLuca right now, Ben. We're still down here. We can do that. Try to get DeLuca, because he's a heck of a player. And number 6, Brian Williams, if he's close, between DeLuca and Williams. Montoursville did a great job stopping the run. But when it came to throwing the football and some great big plays, boy, did they burn them today. And they may get a chance. And if we get a chance, let's see if we can grab DeLuca, and we're going to go down here and talk to Dom DeLuca, who had a big day for 317 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Ben, go ahead. Let's take it away.
Yeah, we got really the player of the game, Dom DeLuca. Dom, a first drive that worked out well, and then a first half that didn't quite go your way, but a second half that you guys more than made up for it.
They smashed us in the mouth the first half, and that first play that we scored, it was just a scramble, and we made a play, and I think that was what we do.
The fourth down play in the first half was a key too, to get a touchdown out of that.
That was a great momentum boost for us, and I think we kept that the rest of the game.
Offense or defense, what you like better?
Wherever they name me, I like them both evenly.
Heck of a hit here at the end, so I'm not going to say you can't play defense, but your defense really came to life there in the second half also.
We messed up in the first half, and they came down and hit us, and we weren't ready for it. We matched them in the second half, and I feel like that was the momentum for us, and we played a great job.
A lot of compliments on your passing game. You set your feet. It seems like you throw your receivers open. I mean, that's a talent, but a good Mountoursville. We've done a number of their games this year. Good secondary. You guys took the man-to-man challenge, but I give you confidence on throwing your man open. And, of course, Williams, your receiver right behind us, is getting an interview. But, boy, it looked like you guys were just right on with each other today, and that was the difference.
Yeah, well, in the first half of the season, we weren't really connecting. And I feel like in the second half we connected a lot more. And Coach Rich always said throw them open and overthrow them if anything. Don't underthrow. So.
That's good advice, and you've heeded it well. Good luck in the playoffs. We hope we'll see you in Hershey.
Thank you.
Okay, have a good trip back.
Thank you.
Yep. I tell you what, boy, he was the difference maker, and I say it. If I was an assistant coach, I'd be picking him up and making sure he got. Because if he misses the bus, I'm not sure what happens here.
Yeah.
But let's look at the Montours. They're going to be down, and of course, they feel they came into this game and they put an effort up. But look at the season and look at the 2 years that they've had, and it's going to hurt for a while. But Mountoursville football team that, as you heard DeLuca said, they smashed them in the mouth, and they had them on the ropes there. And third quarter was the difference here, and didn't work out for Mountoursville.
Yeah, no doubt. Thanks, Ben. 43-27. DeLuca is a real football player. There's no doubt he showed you what he can do as they win it today. 43-27. They go to the Eastern Final and to the Final Four in Pennsylvania State semifinal. Hats off to Wyoming Area. We'll root for those guys to bring it home out of the East. See what they do coming up next week. We'll take a quick time out. We will be back with our Fairfield for Fantastic Deals post-game show coming up from STA Stadium. Final score again, 43-27. Final score as the Warriors end the season a great run, 12-2, and we'll be back. A Fairfield post-game show. Gary Crispin and Babe Mayer, 43-27 final score of this game. And, well, I tell you what, Mountoursville played so tough, and I think DeLuca, you talk about, talking about a compliment. Say, hey, they smashed us in the mouth in the first half, and they did. They shut down their run. But DeLuca is such a good player, and Brian Williams such a great receiver. He was able to make plays with his feet, get a guy open, and then make great throws that the Mountoursville secondary just could not defend. A couple times maybe it misplayed a ball or two that looked like it might be picked. Williams got behind him, made catches, and Williams had a big day. Brian Williams in this game, 5 for 194, 3 touchdowns. DeLuca throws for 317, 3 did have one picked, and that's the difference. They shut down the run, and you're talking about 406 total yards for this ball club, so you can add the total. 317 of the air, under 100 yards rushing. That says a lot for Mountoursville defense because they knew they had to shut down the run, but the pass didn't work out the way they thought it would.
Yeah, well, Mountoursville came in, and I think they knew they had to shut down the run. Did a great job in the first half of doing that, and for the most part in the second half also. But in the second half, I thought a big difference was, of course, DeLuca throwing passes and so on. Everything you said I agree with. But at the line of scrimmage in the first half, the defensive line from Wyoming Area could not get to Shear. They could not make plays. In the second half, they came out, they made plays. So whatever they adjusted to at halftime, and I think it was really a head adjustment is what it was.
I think it was. I think Randy Spencer almost alluded to that.
Yeah, and I think what it came down to was they thought they were going to come in here and blow Mountoursville away. It didn't happen. It was going the other way. And finally, they got it into their heads. They had to focus. They had to play some football. And in the second half, they dominated the second half. Game of 2 halves, but the second half made the difference. And in the second half, Wyoming Area, 30-6 outscored Mountoursville.
Yeah, 21-13 at the half, 43-27 final score in this ball game today. Shear was 15 out of 27. What a great career he's had. 149 and a touchdown today. Polizzi ran well. A couple of touchdowns, 15 for 78. Ott, 7 for 41 in his last game as a Warrior. And seniors, hats off to the seniors of Mountoursville. Boy, did they played so well 3 seasons. I remember, 2 years ago when these guys were sophomores, they said, we're overmatched. We've had a tough schedule. We're all young, but we're going to be good. They knew the team was going to be good. They took their lumps. They got better and better. Last year, State playoff run, district champions, fell short against Scranton Prep today. A great run, only lost to Southern, and today won that first half, just couldn't get over the hump in the second game. But J.C. Kiefer's program rolls on. They'll reload, and the Warriors will be back in this game. And one of these days, they're going to get beyond this, and I think a run to Hershey.
Yeah, I really thought this was going to be the year, but unfortunately, it didn't work out that way. But J.C. Kiefer does a great job. Him and his coaching staff have drill those players. They know what they're doing. They're in the right place at the right time. They make the right plays at the right time, and that's not going to change. So, you get personnel coming up, and you're going to see this Mountoursville team play some good football.
Tell you what we'll do. Let's take a look at first of all River Valley Transit big play, and it's got to be a big play second half Wyoming area. Brian Williams, here's DeLuca again. He goes up top, getting behind, and a perfect throw. Pretty well defended that time by Jackson Delana, and that really put them up. And it's hard to come back from that. That was the go-ahead touchdown that extended it from 29-27. Now you're down 9. They got one more at the tail end of the ball game that put it away, but you're down 9 after that play. Big throw by DeLuca, big catch. And again, Williams got behind the defense, pretty well covered, but right on the numbers.
And that was great defensive coverage, and Williams did not get distracted by that arm coming down over his eyes when the ball was coming in. He focused on the ball, caught the ball, and it was a great play, great pass,
absolutely.
And catch play.
Biters game ball, and there's a lot of guys. Do you have I'll tell you, Rocco Palizzi played a good game today. Rocco Palizzi had 78 yards in this football game. You start looking at which way we go, or do we go on the defensive side? We haven't really talked about it, but I might say Rocco Palizzi today had the 78. Do you want to go defense?
No, I think Palizzi's good. It was an effort by a lot of different people, and but Rocco's a young man. Let's fire him up for next season and give it to him.
Well, and he's won it before.
Yeah.
So let's go with Rocco Palizzi. And we really hadn't talked about it. You start talking about defense. We've got a game ball to give, and we do have a game ball to give because there was a game we didn't give one.
We didn't give one.
Maybe we picked 2. Boy, I'll tell you, we'll get back to you on that. We'll get back to you guys on that. Hey, let's take a look at some of these scores of the other games. Now, I know this is a little irrelevant when you start talking with the idea it's a replay game, but sponsored by Score Sports Bar and Grill. Yeah, Penn State, as you know, came up short 28-17. And, babe, what about the rest of the games? Lushy wants to talk Harvard-Yale. Maybe you don't care, but that is one of the oldest rivalries in college football, and it's rivalry weekend.
And it's referred to as the game. And in the game, Harvard upset Yale by a score of 36-22. Minnesota 28, easily over 9 for Northwestern. Michigan State 27, Rutgers nothing, and Alabama 66. Western Carolina 3. Alabama's going to win games like that, whether they have their quarterback or not.
Absolutely. Hey, guys, we're going to run. We appreciate you being part of this season, and we'll stay tuned. Next week, a game that we think very good chance we're going to be looking at will be the big game for the Jersey Shore Bulldogs, Eastern Final, and they play Dallas in a game, and we're hearing it could be Friday night, and Friday night in Danville. So we'll keep it on KISS FM. We'll give you an update on it and let you know our next game coming up. Or will it be another season? Will it be basketball? Stay tuned. I want to thank our entire crew. For Babe Mayer, Ben Reichley, and the Cable Sports crew, Mike and the guys in the truck, I'm Gary Chrisman saying so long from STA Stadium. Hats off to the Warriors of Mountoursville. Gallant effort, not enough today. Wyoming Area has won it. They moved to the Eastern Final, the Final Four in Pennsylvania, and they win it today at Williamsport High's STA Stadium, 43-27. We'll see you the next time on Cable Sports.